This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Hi, Crew fans. This is Anthony Precourt, the new chairman of your Columbus Crew. I'm reaching out to all of our season ticket members today to let you know how excited I am to be part of the Crew family. And I look forward to building on the rich history and success the Crew has enjoyed throughout its 18 years in Columbus. I'm also looking forward to getting to know you and the other loyal supporters of this organization. Your season ticket membership in the Crew Soccer Nation family is vital to the success of the Crew. As we embark on this exciting new era in Columbus, I hope that you will continue your support for the club so we can close in on our goal of 10,000 season tickets. Achieving this goal is crucial to our ability to invest in the on-field product and the fan experience. I have high expectations for the Crew, and I know you do as well. If we stand together, I'm confident that our club and our community can rise to new heights. I'm more than encouraged by what I've seen so far, but even more excited about our future. Thank you for being a part of the Crew family and for welcoming me to this wonderful community. If you have any questions about the renewal information you receive via mail or email, please do not hesitate to contact us at 614-447-CREW. Thank you.
How about new?
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jane, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Crewzers FC are back on the winning side of things, picking up 3 points over the weekend against Real Salt Lake. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant return as we try to decide what Anthony Precourt means when he hisses like a snock. Men balls, they're back and they're thrown about as liberally as ever. Drabs, I welcome you back to the show, and I'll remind you of our both of us have memberships as best friend. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. P. Jones is here, bitches. He's from Twitter. You'll know him as that guy that's always and forever checking in on Untapped. Sweet mother of Guillermo Y. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, a.k.a. the battle for the grand prize, and sweet mother of God. A logjam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and Uncle Alligator return to battle for hot takes supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Crewzers blacking out the galaxy, HangOnTour, the AGS Attack war, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blooding Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. Officer Carol Seaver. And I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc the Wet Boy Zadar, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, mapaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos, de Guillermo, how in the hell have you been?
I'll let John start with this one. How are you doing here today, John?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, it's the wet boy, the wetness.
Yeah.
Welcome in, John.
Just out jogging today.
Drabs, that sounds exactly like John.
Did you post on Twitter?
I was catching my Pokemans.
Oh.
That is something he does. I have no reason to suspect foul play.
My genitals out.
Ladies and gentlemen, in place of the wetness today, none other than Uncle Alligator himself.
What up?
Thomas, how you been, pal?
Oh my God, fantastic! How about you, buddy?
Oh, I'm great. Is this a little quiet? Like, are we a little loud and the board a little quiet? Yeah, a little bit. Sounds like
nice.
shit.
I mean, we always sound like shit.
I was pressing a lot of buttons before the intro. Maybe
Can I
that
help
could have
with
been.
that? Here,
I wouldn't do that, Drabs. I wouldn't touch that. That's probably a bad idea. Mysterious beeping noise is back. Love to see that. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's episode 92 of ACES Radio. What a rare treat it is to have you with us. We're excited. We're tanned. We're rested, as they say, Drabs, and we're ready to get the show on the road. Before we do, if we don't mind, Couple pieces of housekeeping, 3 to be exact, before we get into the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio.
We're going to have to start timing that.
I just love it wasn't molested.
Just waiting for the day he passes out before that explosion.
I love episode 92 so much, like, already. You know, like, 92 is a great year, if you don't
Diamond
remember.
Jubilee.
Diamond Jubilee, as they say. Also, the Barcelona Olympics happened in 1992. Larry Bird played his last competitive basketball game in 1992 at said Barcelona Olympics. 92, near and dear to my heart. Dare to be 90, massive. Definitely not a robot. First piece of housekeeping, lads. If you saw this on Twitter today, you can fast forward like 15 seconds. 2019 season ticket pledge thing that I invented, Drabs. Hashtag remember 2019 and buy the tickets with your pledge.
Right. And also not a season ticket pledge. Just
That's right.
a season ticket, multi-ticket.
2019 season
like,
ticket pledge.
You pledge to buy more than one ticket next season with new ownership. But since you invented it, you obviously knew that.
Right. I would said, you know, all the time I say, let's be clear, this is a season ticket pledge, and it's for next year under the same ownership. Is that right?
God. You know, we are taking auditions for new hosts for this podcast.
I don't know how I come back from that. Probably with over 8,500 season ticket pledges, Drabs. It was announced today on Twitter by Save the Crew, whoever they are. Much like Tifo Sweat, no one can be sure.
I mean, they announced over 8,000. It sounds like you're...
Didn't they just say 8,000?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you're breaking some news or something.
Oh, actually, hold on. We have a drop for that, so if you want to just... We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills podcast for this bit of breaking news. We go now live to continuing champion Morgan Hughes for before the meat and potatoes. He's live on scene, and he invented Best Friends Club. Back to you, Morgan. Thanks, Eric. We officially are over 8,500. That's right. Yep. Suck it, Anthony Brinkard. Suck my hairy balls. Hashtag hairy balls 2019 season ticket pledge. Suck on him. And then the hashtag ends, and then a new hashtag, and it's like season tickets suck. Balls, suck them. And, Real Salt Lake can suck my balls. And then...
Especially Kyle Beckerman.
End of another hashtag, and then a separate hashtag then starts again, and it's like, yep, Blue Jackets to Austin. Hashtag MLS, NHL to AGX. The Austin Blue Jackets are here and dare to carry the flag. Everyone's loving this. So... congratulations to Save the Crew. 2019 is going to be one hell of a season here in Columbus. Second piece of housekeeping, Alex. Congrats to Eduardo Sosa. I'm Peruvian. I'm Eduardo Sosa, and I'm on the MLS Team of the Week. What a great week this lad has had, Alex. Back to you.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a goal.
Yeah, he slid into my sister's DMs on Instagram. Wish he wouldn't do that.
Oh, wow. It's better than him sliding into something else of your sister's.
Wish he wouldn't do either.
Okay.
But, he's on the Team of the Week, so good for you.
You could be related to the next Higuain.
Wish I wasn't.
What?
Wish I wasn't, and I never had to think about it. Wish I never had to think about that.
What did she say, though?
He could be the uncle to, like, the next Higuain.
Yeah.
No. How about no?
Yeah.
How about no?
Yeah.
How about no?
Making beautiful little soccer babies your sister's going to be.
From what I hear, he slides into a lot of DMs, so, I mean, it's not like she's, special or anything. He's going to get someone
Only got
pregnant.
to slide in once.
Basically, we're going to have a lot of discovery claims on... Moving on. Last piece of housekeeping. A shout out to the kids who kick balls at the side of the tent at the stadium. How fucking dare you? How terrifying. Crazy that the kids started kicking balls just so recently, Drabs. And, of course, we're referring to the fact that there were no goals on the side child field at the stadium this weekend.
Yeah, the west side of the stadium, where there's the cute little field where like 50,000 kids go and try and play bunch ball every week. Yeah, the goals haven't been coming.
They were removed.
And there's some indication that perhaps that was something that happened a long time ago. I don't believe the evidence of the eyeballs bears that out, but whatever. We were maybe told that little kids kicking balls hit people inside the VIP tent, which seems maybe not the most likely thing ever, and also something you could fix with a backstop, a net.
Yeah, Crew Stadium's been open for like 19 years.
Yeah.
And it just so happens, Alex, that the kids started kicking balls into the tent this year. What a conspiracy.
You know, it says something about the organization if something that, not earth-shattering can derail the train.
Maybe if Anthony Precourt weren't hanging out in the tent being a dick face, kids wouldn't kick balls out.
Is that right?
I mean, actually, it's not true because he wouldn't be caught dead anywhere near the stadium.
Entered the game.
So,
fantastic grab.
Is
that a horse draw?
No, I believe it was a duck. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. No, actually, it was a horse. Future Mrs. Scrinface. Moving the fuck on! Crewzers FC taking on Real Salt Lake, the realest of all lakes that are salty in Utah, Drabs, over the weekend. Your formation, the familiar 4-2-3-1 with starters John Kempinen at Awful Mensa, Sorrow and Jimenez across the back, Artur and Trapp in the middle, Sanch, Eduardo Sosa, and Argudo, Luis Argudo. That's Spanish for Luis Argudo. On the wings and attacking mid, your boy Jussi Zardes. Up top, your substitutions, Nico Hansen, so hot right now, comes on for Sanch in the 69th minute. Nice. Abu Bakar comes on for Sosa, who went to the locker room and texted my sister nudes in the 79th. And Ricardo Clark comes on for Artur in the first minute of 9 stoppage minute time. Nine
times minute 8.
9 times. I don't remember Ferris being sick 9 times. Your cards, Eduardo Sosa picks up a yellow in the 66th, I think, for trying to date my sister. And that's not allowed. Warned. You've been warned. That was aggressive play. Ew.
Wait, does he get like a good behavior card taken away? Like if he doesn't text her for 5 consecutive games?
I'm throwing up.
He's going in studs up, dude.
God, I hope he's wearing shin guards, man. Really hope so. Your goal is Jussi Zardes gets us off the schneid in the 6th minute. And Eduardo Sosa, my future brother-in-law, in the 23rd, makes it 2-0. Albert Rusnak, which is Peruvian for rough lad, in the 74th brings it to your final of 2-1. Drabs, announced attendance of 16,680. More than 2 teams in the league who aren't being threatened with annihilation, plus there were more than announced, I think. That would have been called a sellout before October 16th, 2017. Fact, you were at the game. Did it feel good to be what seemed like a normal game again with, I don't know, it felt like like old times. Back to you.
Yeah, no, totally. A well-attended game with good voice. I would like to give props to the Nordeck for making a good amount of noise. Despite, the Capos were doing a solidarity thing and just jumped into the crowd. But there was no drop-off in passion. The entire stadium, I think, was rocking. Yeah, it was great to watch. It was a good atmosphere. There were solidly 16,000 people in that stadium. You're right. They would have called it a sellout previously, but whatever. At least they didn't try and tell us it was 12 or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's still low. But it did. It felt good to... It kind of felt like the old times, man, in the long ago, in the before times.
That was all the Y&A tailgate. That's what it was.
Oh yeah,
they brought the magic.
That could be it. I had too much to drink, and the next morning, that happened. Alex Thomas, welcome back to the program, bitch.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks
Morgan.
for filling in for
Alert.
the. There it
Alex
is.
Thomas has entered the game.
Thanks for filling in for the wetness tonight. John's watching. John's participating in, I think, like the second Civil War. Is that what I'm hearing? Or is it possibly a superhero movie?
It was some movies I'd never heard of.
Okay.
I mean, that's not saying a lot because, I stopped paying attention when they put sound into movies.
It's sad. Yeah. That wasn't very funny. I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
It's oh, there she is. Lovely. Shout out to Joey DiNapoli, a.k.a. Abigail. I think the second celebrity guest. Sean Sitar is hanging out with him. So, Alex, thanks for filling in. Crewzers FC breaks the 5-game winless streak. It's officially over. First win since May 19th against New England. You were at the game.
Yeah.
Your mother's Brunda.
She's there.
She's got alerts turned on for my tweets.
Oh, yeah.
She's loving it. Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
Oh, that was great, man. I always like it when we have a... potentially the biggest crowd of the season and we pull off a win because there's been plenty of times that the place is packed and we lay an egg, and that sucks.
Yeah.
So, no, that was super nice, man. It was a great game. Weather cooled off enough that we weren't out there dying. So yeah, sweet fireworks after the game. I was pleased.
I think that it's always good, like you referenced when, for years we had sellouts, and you're like, oh, I know like 700 people who are coming to their first crew game, and it's like a 0-0 tie or like a 1-0 loss or something like that, and it was good to, like you said, win in front of a crowd that maybe there were some first timers there, and also like the goals were spaced out enough, and the 6th, the 23rd, and the 74th.
Yeah, it kept things moving. Yeah,
it felt nice. It felt
and the tailgate, man. Even on those games where I knew 700 people that were coming for the first time and we didn't win, they had a great time in the parking lot.
Yeah,
and so that definitely was the case this past Saturday. So that's awesome. It was nice having all those people back together. That was really fun.
Yeah, and let's be honest, RSL is not a team that draws. In terms of butts in the seats. So like a couple of years ago, this would have had a lot of empty seats in the stadium, and people showed up. They got a great experience. Like you said, it was good temperature. They got some fireworks brought to you by Mafre Insurance.
Ooh.
Thank you to Mafre for actually making sure it wasn't 3 fucking sparklers and like a smoke bomb in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was nice, man. Now here summer games are well attended. Too bad we only have 2 of them between now and September 1st, but
Yeah, I was going to say, a reminder that 1 home game in July, 1 home game in August. Very important to get points when you can, especially at home. We came off of a year where we made the playoffs. We didn't destroy the world in the regular season, but we set a record for home wins. And so that means like if you were going to make the playoffs, you've got to take care of business at home, especially when you have 6 games now left in the regular season at home.
And I came in by the tent. I had to dodge a couple
soccer balls.
Yeah, soccer balls, kids kicking it. But I came up that set of stairs right there, and right on the corner, the southwest corner of the stadium, is where the players are.
Yeah.
Well, they were in a booth or whatever, a suite.
The suite up there.
Josh Williams was there, and Higuain looked like some undercover, or trying to be undercover, like poorly outfitted.
Oh, yes.
He had like little sunglasses on and a flat brimmed hat. It just didn't even look like he fit in. Whatever.
I am normal Crew fan.
I mean,
hello.
The talent that was sitting there watching the game. That's notable that they weren't on the field and we still managed to pull it off.
Yeah, they have entire store made of teddy bear.
Yeah, dude.
Federico Higuain.
And congratulations to Gaston Saro, incidentally, for starting for the first time in 2 years. It is fantastic to see him back and healthy enough to put in a shift, so that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Sosa's first goal.
That's right.
The first of many he will score in Columbus against whomever is...
I can't believe you're doing this.
Yeah, just wait
till... What are you talking about, sneaking one past the goalie?
Yeah, I was say, wait till your sister pulls the keeper.
I remember before the crew roster was trying to sleep with my younger sister. That was great. I really enjoyed myself before the fucking players were trying to fuck my sister. Everything was great in my life. And now Eduardo Sosa is trying to fuck my sister. I mean, fucking why? Don't do it. I hate you. I hate you. Or do it. Just, I don't care. Just maybe do it and no one ever finds out about it. Maybe I'll just kill myself. It's probably easier on everyone. Let's talk about the goals, both crew goals. The first one coming from the spot. Pretty soft foul to me to be called in the box, but I think Argudo sold it well. I think that it was on him. If that gets called against the Crew Drabs, I'm livid. Jossie's 11th goal of the regular season. Only 2 have come from the penalty spot. This guy's in contention for the Golden Boot, and just like the Kai Kamaras and the Ola Kamaras before him, he's going to contend for this award without much help from the penalty spot. Back to you.
Yeah, he's definitely getting it done. He also, one of the talking heads on MLSsoccer.com, wrote like a 10 revelations of the season, and he made the list as, talking about he could arguably be comeback player of the year this year.
Oh, yeah, it's not even close.
Well, I'm sure it'll be, Zlatan.
Ibrahimovic?
Yeah.
You don't mess with
No, it'll be Wayne Rooney.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're probably right. He'll put 2 goals in and be comeback player of the year. Yeah, no, maybe a soft foul, but I would actually hope that a ref that early in the game, like he hopefully saw something.
Yeah.
Because 6 minutes in is damn early to award a PK if you're even borderline about it.
Yeah.
You should call him the same all the way through the game, but I would argue you maybe be a little extra careful early on.
I think you're right. I think it was soft, but I didn't see a good angle of it. I thought when I watched it from the Nordeck, it was a very clear foul, and then I watched the replay, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So I'm halfway in between. I'm like Eduardo Sosa and my sister. I'm like halfway in. Great. Alex, the second goal, great build-up play by Artur, awful and Sanch, fantastic finish by Eduardo Sosa. Very poised, very confident, strong execution. I loved it. Your thoughts on that goal?
Oh, yeah, man. He pulled it off. It was great. It was probably, 20, 23 yards out? I mean, it was...
One touch.
Yeah, on a rope.
And a tough angle. I mean, the direction the ball was coming at him to then get around and put it on frame with some power.
Yeah, because it was completely square.
At 30 miles into the air. Yeah. That was impressive.
It was a square ball. I don't think Sanch sent it in.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Did it? Was it? Or no, it was awful to Sanch, and then Sanch squared it off. And he got his body around and took a crack at it. That was sweet, dude. And at that point in the game, I thought, man, these guys are on fire. You could sense that they were really going to take control of the game. And I thought, oh man, this could be one of those 4-0, 4-1 games. But it never materialized. But credit to them for hanging on their whole rest of the game. That was great.
Yeah. I thought it was. It looked like something that every attacking player does 100 times in practice every week, and it was just it was just such great execution. You didn't look at him and go, that guy may have done something else if it were an inch off. He knew exactly what he was doing. He made perfect contact. He put it in the perfect spot. The goalie had no chance whatsoever. Fantastic finish by Eduardo Sosa, and it turns out to be the difference in the game. It's the difference between 3 points and 1. So,
and whose position was he playing in?
Pipa's. Mm-hmm. He was.
That's a whole nother. I mean, Pipa could have taken a shot like that too.
They might have, but I mean, not a lot of players can.
Right.
Even if they're playing the number 10,
and
they can't necessarily make that shot.
I would hope Higuain would, because he's very highly paid and he's a veteran. To see a young kid, who's just at the very, very beginning of his career, do something so structurally sound.
Yeah, and definitive.
Yes.
This is,
it was
turn, bang, done.
Yeah, the goal was important. It wouldn't matter if it dribbled in or if it, was rocketed in from 75 yards, but the way that he did it made it more impactful, I think. Last thing before we move on to color impressions, no banners, no flags, no smack, no capos, no problem for the Nordeck. Great job, everyone. It just goes to show you, supporter culture can be very, 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 very circle jerky. And we have a tendency to place importance upon things that, in the grand scheme of things, aren't very important at all. Banners, smoke bombs, fucking tifos, flags. We are, we are who we are because of who we are, not what we do, not what we have, not what we make, and not what we hang. So, good job, everybody. We showed anyone who's paying attention, probably some who weren't, how massive Crew supporters are. High five. Moving on to color impressions. A reminder, as always, is a combination of color and an impression, which is 2 words, and then you put them together, and it's still 2 words. Drabs, you were at the game. Your color impressions of said game, my friend.
I'm going to go with yellow, Morgan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yellow like what?
Yellow like the rest of that drop.
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, Morgan. Yellow.
Yellow like what?
Like Columbus Crew.
Ah, like the soapy butt bubbles? Isn't that what was that? Fantastic. Loving this episode. Eduardo Sosa, thanks for joining us. Your color impression of the match, my friend.
I'm going to go with light gray. Like fireworks smoke gray.
Light gray like what?
Like Pam's butt bubbles?
There it is.
All right.
I know it.
Nice.
So I'm sitting next to Pam, and she's producing many butt bubbles. And
on your couch, your new couch?
Yeah, exactly.
She better not.
I says, this is weird. How are you doing this? And then I stopped caring because Eduardo Sosa was trying to have sex with my sister on an app.
I don't know why you're so worried about that when Pam's got this modeling career jumping off.
Everyone hates the fact that she's a model now. She deserves.
It looked like she was standing next to a real douche, though. Some guy wearing shorts and stuff.
I saw some picture. It was split screen almost. It was like she was staring at Justin Miram, wantingly.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. That doesn't make
very
sense.
Tune in to
interesting.
segment 3 to find out.
So I says to her, Pam, my color impression is
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, Alex. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like Columbus Crew FC. Fantastic. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is soapy butt bubbles on your new couch.
It's probably modeling.
That's right, Travis. They say the only cure for the scourge. That is sliding into your DMs on Instagram is just come over and well, kind of get it over with.
And now,
Whoop-de-doo.
an ACES radio
Knowledge.
exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Greg Explanations, brought to you by Podcast for Columbus and episode 14 of the Ralph Shudell Show, now available on iTunes and everywhere where downloads are happening. You listen to the files that you downloaded, so... I'm so great at this. I can't believe somebody hasn't offered me a job yet. Hashtag MH4, Best Friends Club. So this week's Cracking the Code comes to us from all the way down in the heart of Texas, Drabs. As we were recording ACES Radio last week, if you remember episode 91,
doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean you were right to forget it. Yeah. Not memorable, but there was stuff going on. Like while we were sitting here, Austin City Council was meeting, so we didn't get really a chance to talk about. Obviously what the outcome was because some of it happened at like fucking 4 a.m. Shout out to Andrew Erickson. I can't believe you're still alive. But Anthony Precourt had a chance to speak at said Austin City Council meeting. And obviously I was there. I take out my pocket recording. I strap it to my junk. I put a lot of duct tape on there.
Small pocket recorder.
It's very small. It's like the size of a Tamagotchi. That's right. And I hit record, and Anthony Precourt had the following to say in 3, 2, 1.
It's been an honor to bring the vision of Major League Soccer to this great city of Austin, Texas, a city that I have enjoyed for many years. As one of the youngest investor-operators of an MLS franchise, the youthful energy, inclusiveness, and the spirit of this community presents an incredible opportunity for this club to do its part to bring the city closer together. We are committed to working with you to develop an acceptable proposal for your consideration on August 9th. It is important for us to bring the city a Major League Soccer team. Hashtag YOLO Snake 24 Snake Blaze. Lemmy Queso.
That's probably how he pronounces it. I believe that. He probably calls it Queso.
Well, I don't know what hashtag Yellow Snake 24 Snake Blaze it Lemmy Queso means, Travs, but snakes seem to be all about it. I thought it might be beneficial to all 7 of our Buffalo Bill fan listeners to kind of hit reset and to tell them what's going on and kind of break down. Oh, you all right, Brett Miller? Are you dying over there? Jesus Christ.
Would you like to cough into a microphone?
I apologize, everyone. Brent Miller.
He just coughed louder than he's ever spoken into a microphone.
I'm feeling 7-5. Final score 7-5. I'm Brent Miller. I eat poop. I just pooped on myself and I ate it and I licked my own butt because I'm Brent Miller. Now I'm disgusting. That's what you sound like. You sound like that. What a great impression, by the way, Drabs. I feel blessed to have myself
Brent and I were talking at Best Friends Lunch about what good impressions you do. Of the very, very few qualities that you have.
I remember you saying that, which is why I was saying it at
almost
the same time.
Infinitely small number of qualities. One of them is your ability to
go to school on time, and that was a long time ago. But thank you for noticing and recognizing the ambition.
Imitate voices.
And then once I was there, of course, I would imitate voices. So, let's hit reset and kind of talk about what happened last Thursday into the early morning of our mornings of I'm great today of Friday. So what happened last week is Austin City Council passes 3 resolutions, Drabs. The one that kind of got the most attention was Resolution 130, formerly 64. It passed unanimously, and it dictated the city manager should enter negotiations with Precourt Sports Ventures for city-owned McCalla Place. It also added an item that would require PSV to work with Capital Metro, the city's transportation authority, to fully fund a Metro rail station near the stadium site. PSV's site plans have included a relocated Kramer Station rail stop as optional, so that made it kind of necessary. Capital Metro has estimated the price of said project at $13 million. Before we move on to the second and the third resolution, give me your thoughts real quick on Resolution 130, it passing, and what that means.
I mean, this was something that we all basically saw coming, that it was tremendously unlikely that Austin was just going to, out of hand, say, you know what, hard pass.
Yeah, no, we're good.
What they basically said, though, is that your first effort was not fucking good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, without the F-bomb, one of the city council members did explicitly say...
That said as much.
That is, what you provided is not good enough.
While looking him in the eye and going, your first thing was a joke.
Yeah. And I mean, we all knew that. But, yeah, this was something that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is... honestly, it's not a big deal. It's the process continuing.
Which, again, it always was. It always was going to... And it's important to note that Resolution 130 passing in no way, shape, or form means that the crew are leaving.
No, it says it basically authorizes the city to continue discussing things with PSV.
I thought it was kind of disappointing to see the national media perspective or headlines, even local, to see them say, Anthony Precourt moves one step closer to taking the crew to Austin.
That's the headline that gets you clicks, though.
It does, yeah. But it doesn't make it true. I think that it was, like you said, it was always going to pass. And the other two that passed were very bad for him. So we'll move on to the second one, and that's Resolution 60, Alex. That passed with 8 votes for, 1 vote against, 1 abstention, which is a word for podcast host, and 1 not present. This resolution was brought by Leslie Poole, and it opens up the city to receive bids from any party from Cal Place. 2 groups that are not PSV have shown interest in the publicly owned land recently, including one who made that unsolicited $22.5 million offer back in June last month. This is the resolution that MLS-sanctioned lobbyist Richard Suttle said would cause Precourt to look at other cities, which was apparently another lie intended to put pressure on local officials. So we talked about Resolution 130. Resolution 60, from a Save the Crew perspective, was the most important. We weren't sure if it was going to pass, and it did. It overwhelmingly passed. Your thoughts on that, my friend?
Well, there's just so much to unpack there, but
unpack it all.
The moving goalposts, Suttle's floating timeline, which is do this today or it won't be here tomorrow, has been debunked time and again.
Yep.
So this is an ongoing process. There's a couple key dates coming up throughout July and August, but for now, just focus on what this does. I mean, City Council had nothing to lose by voting yes on both of those.
Right.
I mean, they're going to make their respective camps happy by posturing and saying, hey, I fought for you guys. I got this at least to be considered. Or on the flip side of the coin, hey, I really fought hard to have other things looked at. So at the end of the day, I think there's some pretty strong lines drawn in between those two groups of people from my limited knowledge of Austin City Council. But I think, all told, PSV is kind of shot every cannon they have at this point.
Yeah.
They have hit the press. All the commerce boards in the city have said, "Hey, we're for this." They've had their big media push. They've pulled kids out of of bed 12:30 at night. We want soccer, fine. That's cool. A lot of kids do.
I think that upset a lot of people almost more than anything during this process.
Well, that's fine.
I'm not sure. I'm not saying they're wrong.
But at the end of the day,
upsetting to see.
They've pulled almost every trick they have other than bringing a better deal to the table. Now what's happened is other people have the ability to know what PSV has done or maybe intends to do, and they're in a better position to be able to put something on the table that's more attractive. I think that PSV's at a slight, I'm not going to call it disadvantage. They're just in a tough spot because they're really going to have to sweeten that deal up to make some of the council members happy, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I don't see them as being in an enviable position, nor do I think, every day that goes by, I feel like we're getting farther and farther away from what happens in Austin mattering with what happens in Columbus.
I think you're right. You're reading tea leaves, are you?
Yeah, a little bit. And
right.
I think that we might be looking at something where Austin better be careful what they wish for. If they expect Major League Soccer to be a major league sports team because it has the word major in it, I don't think they know what they're going to get, because after the shine wears off of this thing in 2 years, if they don't have the great attendance, they're going to get dropped like a hot rock for the next, cool MLS 10.6 or whatever the hell, and then they're going to be on the outside looking in.
I'm telling you, dude, they also have to, I mean, like, let's say they do get, to further your point, let's say they do, in a universe that sucks, if PSV has a thing in Austin next year for 2019, like, you would have started trying to sell those tickets, like, in February of this year, ideally. So if this goes on until August and September and October and November, like, they are so far behind the 8 ball on tickets that it's, they're going to be wishing for Mafre Stadium, like, numbers at some point.
It's just interesting that the timing's getting more and more a factor in this thing.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because one of the council members proposed moving the date that the submissions were due from August 9th back to August 23rd, I believe.
Yeah, in time for the 28th meeting.
Yeah, and Richard Suttle had the following to say, quote, "We actually have a deadline that we're getting extended that is prior to August 9th. August 9th is a very important date for us. We were disappointed that we couldn't get this done before the summer break, and pushing it to the 23rd is problematic for us while we're trying to get into a new stadium here in March of 2021. It's problematic for us to keep pushing this," end quote.
Per who?
Yeah, well, this is a different tact and a different feeling from Richard Suttle, who, the previous week was going, if any of the things happen bad for us on, blah, 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 Anthony Precourt's going to have to look at other cities. And
but I thought he has such an affinity for Austin. I thought he really wants to be there, and he's looking to just unite the community. Why would he go somewhere else, Morgan?
Maybe he got a flyer from a restaurant in Sacramento, and there was melted cheese on it.
Really like them?
I thought he had great times at his bachelor party.
Yeah, he spent so much time there.
Actually, my boss was here for his bachelor party.
Yeah, he's just really from there.
It was great. He met a girl. She was just working her way through college, dancing a little bit. So, he really had a great time with her. The third and final resolution that passed, the council unanimously passed item 117, which authorizes the negotiation of a contract with Greenberg Telrig. It's a limited liability partnership for soccer stadium development legal services in an amount not to exceed $200,000. So that to me is they're being cautious, and they want to have someone else on their side if you're like the city manager, so that maybe whatever. All this to say, like, now Anthony Precourt, PSV, have said, this is a privately funded stadium that won't cost the city anything. Well, guess what? You're already in the red, $200,000. Drabs, back to you.
Yeah, I as a layperson, I'm not fully sure what the outside legal stuff is going to be necessarily, but it's probably noteworthy that the city council explicitly included this.
Yeah.
Like, there's something they're worried about. There's something they really want to investigate or be covered about. I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on behind the scenes in the future. One of the things I'm interested to see, actually, as this drags out over the next couple of months, is Miami. It just came out recently that Beckham is going to be, he's got a privately funded soccer stadium in, I don't know, fucking Mega Park or whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They are leasing the land from the city at like $3 to $5 million a year. And they are going to pay property taxes.
Yeah.
Like, the bar just got raised for what a city can expect from
it sure did
an MLS team coming there.
Yes.
And, if you're Austin, you got to look at that and say, wait, why are we giving him everything for $1 a year?
Especially because Richard Suttle says, oh, well, if you look at all the other deals for, new MLS stadiums, this is a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
80. But listen, we're potentially going to give you $80, almost 100 years. I mean, if you put that into a standard checking account, think of the interest you'll be making on $80, Travis.
And community benefits from an MLS team are going to be relatively similar across cities. So whether you're going to pretend it's $200 million, $350 million, whatever, Miami's getting those same $350 million worth of community benefits from their team as
in
Austin
actual
would get.
tax dollars.
Yeah.
Also, so 3 items passed, 2 of which are very bad for Anthony Precourt. Leslie Poole's winning resolution, very, very, very bad for PSV. Also, there's now a threat, in case everyone didn't hear this. There's the threat of the City of Austin being sued by an open government lawyer by the name of Bill Aylshire, who argues that in order to lease out McCalla Place for non-water utility use, because the water utilities who owns the land
and paid for by taxpayer bonds.
Correct. The city would have to reimburse the Austin water utility north of $18 million. He also said it is not lawful to engage in a long-term lease without obtaining bids and observing a public notice period. All this to say, things have gone from embarrassingly bad, Alex, to worse than that for Precourt Sports Ventures. And it doesn't matter what kind of PR statements Elizabeth Perkins' PR management team puts together down in Austin and releases. This was a bad fucking week for PSV. Bad week. I really, really wish that it would have been reported as such. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter because they're going to lose this fight. They got a lot closer to losing 1 week ago today, but I just wanted to kind of go over that and let everybody who listens to Aces Radio know that last week was a good week for Save the Crew. And don't get down on anything. We're closer than ever before to winning this. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's totally true. I mean, at this point, there's plenty of work to be done. Anybody that's volunteered at this point has my, undying gratitude, because there's a lot of people that are still working, even probably right now, on this thing. And the people that meet, on their nights off, getting off of work and head somewhere and have a meeting about it. And like Morgan putting together the 2019 pledge. And
thank you, bless.
It's like solely designing the Save the Crew kit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're doing a lot of work, man. So
thanks, dude.
Props to that.
I appreciate you.
The media is going to report what they want, whether it's erroneous or misinformed or half informed. But that's not the point.
Just maybe a little lazy.
Yeah, it is surprising.
And I get it, because you have to put something together. The goddamn thing's at 7 o'clock. The news is, and you got to put something together real quick. And it's just easy to read what they put out and go, okay, well, they're one step closer to leaving Columbus, when that's not necessarily true.
The timing is everything on this, dude.
But it's also not necessarily false. They are one step closer to leaving Columbus, but they're 27 steps closer to staying.
Yeah, for sure. There's this summer break couldn't come at a worse time for Precourt. They're gonna, that momentum that they had, the little bit that they had, now kind of just withers on the vine.
Goddamn right.
And anybody who's opposed to it has plenty of time to meet up over a cup of coffee or whatever they do down there, or queso, and
just like a cup of melted cheese.
Get a burning cheese rage for whatever he's intending on doing there. I saw they're having an open house next Tuesday.
What? Really?
I think it's next Tuesday at McCalla.
What?
At McCalla.
An open house?
Don't you have to have a house to have an open house?
Public open house from 8 to 10 on Tuesday morning.
It's an open field.
What does that even fucking mean, open house? There's nothing there.
Come look at our dirt piles.
Yeah, come out, dude. For 2 hours on a work day.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, should you bring a hard hat or high vis or something? Because you're going to be on a site that's been
fly
deemed
a
to be...
shitty kite out there, I bet.
Or didn't Greeley say drop by drone?
Boom. Roasted.
You know what I love about this is that
he knows what drones are.
Elizabeth Perkins' PR firm and Precourt Sports Ventures, weakness for Queso, have done a really good job of putting themselves in the middle of like other events and just like handing out shitty scarves and t-shirts, and then taking a picture of like a confused man with like one of the t-shirts. He's like holding it up going, "What is this?" And they take a picture and they're like, "Fantastic, thanks, Carl." And then they post it.
Look at all the people supporting soccer in Austin.
Yeah.
Wait, those are all people in Mexico jerseys. They're watching the World Cup game, which like half of the country is watching.
These are people who went to the city council meeting to talk about chemtrails. You just threw a fucking shitty scarf at them. Now they're going to be in the middle of nowhere in McCalla Place, which is, I guess, the new downtown, according to Anthony Precourt, but like very, very far from the urban core where they've been hosting / invading these AstroTurf events.
Yeah, they're not good at that, dude.
The normal 6 people will show up. Your Phil Wests and your MLS in Austin supporter groups, which I remind you is always a supporter group for a team that literally doesn't exist.
Congratulations to Phil West, by the way, for getting to write up the last 2 Crew SC recaps on MLSsoccer.com. Welcome back, Phil.
That's probably just a coincidence, Drabs. Like, it's nice to hear from Phil again, though. He's figured out how to not say the Crew SC. So, see, everyone's capable of growth, Alex. Okay, so that's it. I really want everybody to know out there that, the headlines may have said, Precourt gets 1 step closer to leaving Columbus, but we got 27 steps closer to keeping the Crew here. That's what I say. Now the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again?
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
Oh, yeah, Walter, no, you cannot. You're a puppet. You're dead. You're in Greg's house. Greg is dead. Greg is in Australia. Greg is a dead man. And everyone wants Jean Zidar dead. Fantastic. Moving on. Man balls of the week. Combination of man of the match and game balls, which as a term is too long, as opposed to Jean Zidar's genitals, which are fairly undersized. We go to you, Drabby Scrinface, first. Your 2 man balls of the week, my friend.
All right, I'm gonna go a little off base here. My first man ball goes to John Kempen. I gave him a lot of crap the last couple of starts because he was bad at his job, and in the game against RSL, he showed up. He looked like a good MLS keeper. He had a couple of really nice saves. Frankly, the one goal that got passed wasn't his fault. There were like 8 defenders in the box, and none of them marked the guys right in the middle of the goal.
Yeah.
So, hats off to you, dude. I appreciate you stepping up in that game and helping us win.
All right.
Second man ball goes to the entire Nordeck. You got threatened by... okay, I'm going to say this. I have no relationship with anybody in the front office. There are people who do, and if they do, good for them. I have no relationship with the people who are trying to sell me tickets. Mm-hmm. They want my money. That's cool. That's a business relationship. Yeah. So I'm going to say the person persons who sent the letter threatening the Nordeck and doing this pearl clutching over the kids, fuck off. The Nordeck came in, got loud. They said, we don't need banners, we don't need smoke, we don't need capos. They were loud, they were in tune. They made that a great game day experience. Hats off to everybody who was in the corner.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. No flags either, man. I tell you what, I wish we weren't in this position, but how great was it not hanging banners and laying out fucking flags last week?
You actually got to enjoy a couple hours before the game.
The best day. It was so much fun. That was one of my most favorite and treasured fucking experiences in the history of my life in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. Also, I'm really looking forward to whatever fucking letter comes out this week.
Yeah.
Because I am pretty sure that technically that 7 swear words per game got exceeded.
Yeah.
So do your fucking worst.
Yeah, no, I think that the good news is they don't have to send that letter until July 20th.
That's true. They got a lot of time to think about it.
They got time to put together who can we say is being threatened? We used kids, and then they know that we hate kids because we took away the kids' goal. I don't know, mascots. They seem to like Crew Cat. What if we tell them Crew Cat's really still alive? And if you swear one more time,
they'll probably start threatening to murder players.
Yeah,
you
got a nice GP contract.
Be a shame if something happened to him.
Be a shame if Federico Higuain's balls got destroyed. To which I would say, why not Eduardo Sosa?
Oh, they're going to get destroyed, buddy. It's not in the way you want.
Unacceptable. I can't believe that happened. Oh, what is this shit? The Josephine's mom song? Not great. Not great.
Let me smash.
Moving on. Alex Thomas, your man balls of the week.
No, I'm giving one to Yellow Nation Army and Turbina. It was nice having those guys back in the parking lot. That was awesome.
I'm La Turbina. I'm Maria. I'm a yellow turbine.
Yes.
I'm from Mexico and also Ecuador and Peru and
El Salvador.
El Salvador. Yeah. A lot of people from El Salvador.
Yeah.
Florida. And also America. And Dakota Andre Stewart, wherever that guy's from. Not Argentina.
I think it's Paraguay or something.
Hashtag pray for Coda. Hashtag pray for Coda. Your second man ball of the week.
Second man ball? Sanch.
I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Why?
He's done just enough.
Can somebody go find John Zidar and bring his ass back here,
He's done
please?
just enough. Hey, man, he had that sweet assist.
I mean, he had one. He had a good pass.
Yes. There you have it.
I wouldn't feel anything inside a horse, I'm sure.
What was that, Darby? What'd you say?
I wouldn't feel anything inside a horse.
No, there's nothing going on.
What was
right
that?
now. No, there's no way of knowing. Whatever that drop
believe you
is
said
that you're
that.
trying to make happen.
That's disgusting. Man, I can't. But that was gross. You shouldn't have said that. My first man ball of the week goes to David Faust of the failing GCG bag for leading Save the Crew weekly meetings while Donnie Murray was on vacation. Well done, lad. You get one of my man balls this week. Second man ball reluctantly goes to the failing mini tailgate for being the only tailgate at the stadium on Tuesday. Sad, pathetic. I mean,
amazing.
God, how have we allowed the old people to look like they're the hardest of all asses?
We were there a solid hour before like anybody else showed up.
It's disgusting.
Such rough lads.
I got there and there was like one person in the main B lot, and then like everyone at Mini Tailgate was just there, just like having the time of their lives. I'm like, these fuckers, these fuckers. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 2 with another Mini Tailgater. P. Jones is here, and you are making a big mistake by listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dojo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I stay elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Yeah, baby. Ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, and all you fools waving that flag in my face in the Nordac on Tuesday. Why'd you do that? You should wave it in front of you, not behind you. That's not where flags go. That's not where that thing goes, as they say to Eduardo Sosa when he's in your DMs. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 92 of ACES Radio is all up inside of your genitals and ready to go to town. We're brought to you, as always, by Blood and Urine. My name is Carol Seaver. Welcome back to the show. Shout out to segment 1 guest, Alex Thomas. He's gone. He left. He's dead now. But we welcome back a celebrity guest on segment 2, as we do every week. Not a very special guest this week, Drabs. Somebody who's here most weeks anyway, sitting in the background, checking in on Untapped. You know who I'm speaking about, Drabs.
Brent Miller?
That's right. They say the only cure for the scourge is Brent Miller is welcoming to the program none other than celebrity fan P. Jones. P. Jones.
P. Jones, just happy to be here, Morgan.
Welcome back to ACES Radio.
Thank you very much.
Not your first time here, but your first time belling up to the microphone, as they say in the industry.
First time belling up to the microphone. Yeah. And I would like to go back to segment 1, for a moment.
Well, you can't do that.
No, I understand that. But I'm going to give a man ball.
Okay.
I'm going to give my own man ball.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to give it to Eduardo Sosa. But not for the reason you might think, Morgan, because he is balls deep into your sister. But
I love that you just made that really explicit, like in case
nobody else noticed and
understood. Here.
Right.
Balls deep in your sister.
I'm just going right to it. Man balls deep.
All right.
I thought he played the Higuain position really well.
I did too. Right.
And I thought we had a pretty good flow, because I think this year Higuain's been like, hey, let me look at this heel pass, this back pass, this no-look stuff. And I just thought there was a little more cohesion there on the attack. Only got us 2 goals, but we looked good.
Yeah, a lot of dangerous passes, a lot of dangerous through balls. He seems to play that part well.
Mm-hmm. And if I were to give another one, it would be to Gaston Saro.
Okay,
70-some minutes of solid central defender.
What if you gave 3?
Bob O'Shaughnessy.
Nope.
You can't give it to Bob O'Shaughnessy?
Well, it turns out the studio audience loves it.
Oh, well, hey.
I love what you've done on segment 2, by the way. I like how you're just getting in there, making it your own, putting your smell on everything.
I was thinking about this since Saturday.
Great.
What was I going to say?
As a member of a championship tailgate from this week.
I'm sorry,
that
championship
is his
tailgate?
Yes.
Were there fucking trophies given away?
There were.
After you left, yes, there were.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
We are defending champion tailgate.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night, freaks. Also,
Alex Thomas has
Alex
entered
Thomas
the game.
is back. Welcome back, Alex.
We resurrected him.
Hey, what's up, man?
Uncle Alligator, a.k.a. Gary Sportman.
How you doing?
How's your dealer doing? We saw you out there making yet another
that's good,
phone
man.
call. Yeah.
Hey, did you see the well done, Drabs, by the way? That was good. Did you see the Channel 4 story that you were on? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Was Sportman Farms painting in the background?
I didn't position it right, man. It was like barely. I knew it was there, but I should have scooted it over a little bit.
You really should. You really
disappointed
should have done
about that. We'll have another shot at this.
All right. That was as poor as segment 2 is usually. So
yeah.
Back to you, Patrick Jones. Let's get you started off with the same question we ask of all of our celebrity fans, and that is, how would Crew fans know you?
Crew fans would know me because of your disdain for me and my untapped addiction. That would be primarily it. The mini tailgate, love, West Side Ultras.
Okay. Casual fuckboys is what you're also known as.
That's pretty much it. And if that's about the only way they would know me.
You know, we'll get into failing mini tailgate, and we'll get into why the fuck with Untapped in a few questions. But let's go back, if we can, back to the beginning of the Patrick Jones era. Yeah, that's right. Where are you from originally?
I grew up just south of Dayton, Miamisburg, Ohio. Born and raised.
How many people live in that?
About 18,000.
Okay.
That's
18,
there's
19, a mall there.
Now,
I mean, there was a mall. Is
the Dayton Mall
still
is still there and
technically?
sort of alive and kicking.
Okay.
It might be bigger now because they've expanded, the city limits have sort of pushed out. But when I was growing up there, it was about 19,000 between 18 and 19.
That's big for a town.
Yeah.
Right? Like is that a big town, or is that a small city?
I would say it's a big town.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Yeah. Like you knew everyone. How many people were in your graduating class?
274.
See, that seems like a lot for a small town.
Well, but you would go to like Centerville, which was the bigger town up, and their graduating class was like 500 and something.
That's sad. Centerville's the big town. What are you guys doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to Centerville. Oh, jealous. Can I come? No, there's only one tractor seat.
So I would imagine Drabby's graduating class was probably bigger than mine.
Drabby didn't graduate school. We hadn't been invented yet.
That's true.
Yeah, no.
There were probably like 6 in his class then. He was one of the first people to know how to read.
You
right?
all. My graduating class was 500. You can all suck it.
At
that point, Beaver Creek had 35,000 people living in it. So
that was just a creek that Beavers had done, and you're talking about the year 500, right?
Yeah, and also there were no beavers in Beaver Creek. That's a bit of a
lot of
misnomer.
horses, though. Lovely. Patrick Jones, have you always been a soccerman?
I have.
Okay.
I started playing when I was 6.
All right.
Played through 8th grade. And then it was a determination of golf or soccer for high school.
Really?
Yeah, and there were a couple of thoughts behind it. One, I would have to run a lot more playing soccer. And 2, I would just sit there. I was good, but not good enough to start regularly. I played on some travel teams and never got off the bench. Rec league, I was good. And golf, I was just a little better, and I knew I would, letter in it eventually when I was an upperclassman.
Also something that like kind of goes away as you get older, and whereas golf gets more frequent.
Yes, that's probably true as well.
Golf is something you do until you die.
Right. Tried to pretend to play basketball in high school too.
Because you're tall, as they say.
Because I was tall, yes.
Yeah.
And averaged about 6 points a game as JV.
Oh,
and
those are like Morgan
numbers,
One time. One time.
And
it
then,
was the most recent time.
And then again, my senior year, I knew I wouldn't make the team. I just wasn't that good. So I said, no more basketball for me.
Well, it strikes me as odd that I don't know that you stuck with soccer because it wasn't the soccer that we know now back then.
Oh God, no.
I mean, there was no way to watch it on television. There was really no legitimate way to follow it in a manner that we would be familiar with today.
The only soccer you were watching on television was like indoor, weird, crazy rules. Dayton did have an indoor soccer team.
Dayton Dynamo.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I remember them for sure. 100%.
Yeah, they 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. Only ever went and saw one game. But
because it's stupid? Is that why you didn't go? It's like that would be fucking stupid.
But at that time, people kids loved indoor soccer. Everybody at school had indoor soccer shoes and
kids love stuff like Pogs too. Well, throwing a fucking slammer. They're like, oh, you got 7 of my Pogs. They're like cardboard cutouts. Kids like stupid shit like Pogs and indoor soccer
and Morgan Hughes.
That's right. I mean the smart ones.
You are you're
blessed.
Kids love you.
Blessed.
That's what we hear.
You
smell good too.
Drop. I love this.
You
drop.
smell good.
Joel B. Screenface's future wife on line 3. Okay, so in between when you quit soccer and you said I'm just not good enough at anything in my life.
That's what I said. Yeah,
and
that's
before
true.
you got into the crew, did soccer go into a chamber and take the long sleep, or did you try to follow it in some way?
No,
shape, or form?
I would watch the World Cup. I would see, I'm trying to remember, not a lot of like European stuff. When I was an exchange student in Russia, well, not an exchange student, when I was studying abroad in Moscow.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's just rewind for a second.
Okay.
When you were
something interesting.
You were a person. You lived in Moscow.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I took Russian in college, and was a history major. And when I took my first Soviet history class, I fell in love with it. Fell in love with the country. Fell in love with the culture. Not a communist.
He hates freedom.
Yeah, I do. I hate freedom. Hate communism. Hate freedom. Yeah. And took the language and had the opportunity after. In your second year of taking the language, spring quarter, you could go to Russia and study language and culture.
Where'd you go to college? Miami?
Ohio U.
Oh, okay.
The poor man's Miami.
Yes.
That's what they say.
I didn't go to J. Crew U like Drabby over here.
Yeah. Roasted.
So,
sure?
Boom.
Yep.
Lived with a host family. Went to school 5 days. Went to school 4 days a week. One day was we would do an excursion like every Wednesday, like Red Square and different convents and stuff.
We call those endeavors here. We say,
yes, excuse me, at this brewing.
There you go. How long were you there?
3 months. Cool. So it was just a quarter. But while I was there, and in my mind, it was a Champions League match. But looking back, and I looked recently, and it wasn't. But whoever Ronaldo was playing for at that time had come to Moscow to play either Spartak or Dynamo. And the memory's fuzzy. But they played in it was like the U.S. World Cup match in Denver when there was all the snow on the ground.
Was this a Brazilian Ronaldo?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes. So this
real
was
one.
Okay.
Yeah, spring of 90, or this was like early April of 98, and there were like 8 inches of snow on the ground in Moscow. Like 18 degrees, and they played.
And who was the team that they played? Who was the local team?
It was either Dynamo or Spartak.
Of course, those are two that I jumped to my brain.
Exactly.
For sure. I'm like,
why did you ask that question knowing you wouldn't
they're
gain
the big
anything?
Sparto, or was it
Spartak?
Chinomo.
Siska,
or Dynamo.
Siska Spartak?
Yeah.
They said that during the World Cup broadcast that's an army team.
It used to be.
So how's that work?
I don't know. Now I don't know.
Okay.
He only studied Russian history. He doesn't know these things.
Was that the year that he came out with Thong Song?
Yes. So I saw them.
Old people love that joke.
It was there. Okay. And then came back, and I got home just in time for the 98 World Cup.
And what a successful World Cup for Americans. Great.
Right.
That's great.
But, I've always, anytime it's been on television, watched it. Even when Fox had the Premier League and would show one match a weekend. But love it. I follow it religiously.
Well, tell us how you went from being a traitor communist to a failing high school soccer player.
High school soccer player.
Failing, a thing that will come
failing
back later
middle
in your
school
life.
soccer player.
So tell us how you got into the crew.
Blame the old man to my left.
Drabby Scrone Face.
Yes, Drabby Scrone Face. Drabby Scrotus.
So Darby got you in it.
It's all Darby's
Keep
fault.
going.
So here, to my eternal shame, I have lived in Columbus since 1999.
Yeah.
I did not go to my first Columbus Crew match until 2015.
All right.
Something like that. So when people talk about Mendoza and
they do
Guillermo,
yeah,
and I was here, but I just had no conscious thought about it.
Because you're a Liverpudlian guy.
I am a Liverpool guy by nature.
The old country of Europe.
And Darby and Kristen, Twitterless Kristen, had 2 extra tickets to a match for their company outing and asked Rhonda and I to go with them. And we went in a March match and froze our balls off in the Casual East stands.
That was so bad.
Sort of got into that, liked that, enjoyed it. And then my best friend, one year for Christmas, said, "Hey, we're going to get a 10-pack. Let's make that like our, we traded Christmas presents and stuff or exchange gifts." Yeah. He was like, "Let's do that." So I went with my god kids and best friend and Rhonda, and she was like, "Oh my God, this is great."
Yeah.
And so they backed out of the 10-pack because he was getting seats through his work. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I'll pick them up." talk to the ticket guy, and the ticket guy's, well, you know, it's only a little bit more for a season ticket. And I'm like, sold.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
So this is our second or third season of season tickets. From this side, we decided to move upstairs to the West Side Ultra mini tailgate section.
Sad.
And love it. Love it. The idea if the crew left would be heartbreaking.
Well, don't go too forward in the question.
All right, I'm sorry. I don't mean to jump ahead.
So speaking of Drolby Scrinface and Twitterless Kristen and the Castle family and the more superior Mega Tailgate,
that somehow always seems to filter over to mini tailgate.
I want to talk to you about the failing mini tailgate.
Okay. Did we jump ahead, or is this a whole new question?
No, I think we're still we're at number 5 now.
We're on number 5. Everyone point
God,
to it. There it is.
Really?
So failing mini tailgate, you know, we talk a lot of shit about mini tailgate, but it, you know, like it just, you guys set it up basically, and then just like everybody, you know, we're all a part of it, unfortunately. You know, it hurts to say that, to be associated with something that's so terrible and bad for our species.
Well, you just sort of roll over. We invite people like Pam.
No, Pam rolls over.
No.
She's the one rolling over.
Well, she can't
Whenever Eduardo Sosa's around.
That's right, Pam, you dirty bitch. I finally got you. You set him up, Pete Jones, I'll knock him down, just like I do with Pam when she rolls over. That's right, Solana fake family in China. Go see her son, you dirtbag.
You are clapping really fast.
I have
Faster than
great
normal.
rhythm. I'm a 3/4 man.
You
You
are a
know that
3/4
about
man.
me. And back to myself. So, mini tailgate, for those who have never been there, describe it. Tell the studio audience, tell the audience at home, tell the fools listening on their iPhones what the mini tailgate is all about.
You know, that's...
You're going to kick it to drabs, aren't you?
I was not expecting this question.
When it said failing mini tailgate on the
No,
list,
I
you were
didn't
like,
notice that. No, I was thinking about it ahead of time, and now they've thrown
Darby,
this
why is it
weird
called
one.
the mini tailgate?
Is
it just a
Do you wanna
straight
talk-
up
well,
rip-off
you know,
of the Mega Tailgate?
Yes. So, from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because there was mini tailgate before I rolled in, because you guys did tailgate out there.
A little bit.
A little. So it was just like to get away from all of that, have our own little space, not on the asphalt in the parking lot, which burns your feet when it's 97.
What, you not wearing
degrees out.
fucking shoes? Wear shoes.
John
shithead.
Zadar was wearing shoes on Saturday and said it was much nicer and cooler over on the grass at mini tailgate.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm just saying.
He's a very sweaty human.
So, you know, I guess, you know, Darby and Twitterless Kristen and the Castles were sitting next to each other up on the West Side Ultra section and said, hey, let's get together, got to know each other, start tailgating. I knew Darby from other things, and we kept going in early, and Darby would like post on Twitter, hey, we're tailgating, and it was like, oh, we're already in the stadium. So finally we decided, hey, we'll go do that. And, you know, it's camaraderie, friendship. I love showing up early, hanging out with people, meeting the Stankies, meeting you, meeting Pam, meeting Dave and Olivia, and, you know, all those people and sort of the community we fostered there at Stank Lake, the primo piece of property on the fairgrounds site.
Yeah.
You know, it's just fun. It's fun hanging out with friends, and you know, this is what hurts me the most about the potential of a team moving. Not seeing the product on the field and seeing the play, that's one thing, and that's a big part, but not having the excuse to go see my friends every couple of weeks and just hang out and talk and be stupid and make fun of Morgan and you know, talk about him when Pam hangs out and then Morgan's off to do other things.
She says the worst things about you.
Try to protect his sister's virtue.
They're all true. Fantastic. You know what I like about the mini tailgate is, like, you know, even though it's pathetic and failing and sad and embarrassment.
And full of old people.
That's right.
Although not Danielle and Casey,
they say it's like the country of Iraq. It's a national tragedy. It's too hot and it's bombed all the time. That's what they say about it.
There was a but there somewhere, though.
There's like one thing that gets better almost every week. Like there's a new something that it's like we've turned it up the notch to 2.7 now.
Oh my God, we are heading towards medium tailgate.
It's
too,
like how
aren't we?
AOL kind of got like less and less shittier, but it was still shitty. You know, like 2.7 has buddy list feature.
That's a
What did they do? Like replace like the bit O'Honeys with Werthers now or
That's
something?
exactly right.
No, like
This is the most backhanded compliment of all time.
Rhonda and Patrick added a new element this past week, and it was like a
feline aids.
It was basically a tent.
Yes, that's what it was.
Like it was a canopy, but with sides, and it only fell down twice in the wind till we figured it out.
Till we figured out we had to
we're
tie
a
it
bunch
down
of
also.
like grown ass adults. Most of us have college degrees, and we couldn't fucking work a tent.
But let's be fair. Most of us have liberal art type
That's
degrees.
true. And
None
also
of us are engineers.
We were already half shit faced by the time we were trying to set the tent.
Let's
up.
not sell ourselves short.
But if we
were
get like
3/4
a
shit
new sponsor, whether it be on the stadium or jersey for like hover round or whatever, you guys gonna be able to park for free?
Oh my
Shit, that'd be
god!
amazing. Yeah.
Oh snap!
Like,
If
roll it in
anyone
there?
wants to sponsor
I think that's
Tailgate,
boom roasted.
I am a corporate ass sellout. Yeah, if you want to sponsor our shit, let's make
Darby,
that
don't
happen.
sell yourself short. You're not a sellout. You're a corporate whore.
I'm corporate whore. That's fair. Yeah.
Lovely. Speaking of potential sponsors for crew stuff, let's talk about Untapped. You'll notice number 6 on the list here says Untapped. Why in the actual fuck? So let me ask this just generally, and Drabs, you can probably answer it too, since you're also like someone who's like, I keep track of all the beers I drank. Like I'm a fucking freshman in college. I'm gonna keep all the liquor bottles above my bed. I drank a bottle of vodka 7 months ago. Look at me. Like your check. Are you like keeping track of the beers you drink and then alerting everybody you fucking know because you think that is something that you'll want and they'll agree?
Hashtag blessed.
Is that what it
kicking
is?
It. Yes.
How many fucking I believe in IPA badges can one person potentially own without just killing
Let me
themselves?
think
Really?
for a second.
Morgan, how many jerseys do you own?
Darby, this is not about me.
How many pairs of shoes does Pam own?
I will talk about that if you'd like.
How many pieces of furniture do you have that have casters on them?
Oh, a lot. Well,
How much
so I
coke
can
did Andres Mendoza do?
Okay, this is ridiculous, and you're.
Am I deflecting?
First of all, I want this on the record. Like, you're aware that every time that you do that, everybody who follows you gets a fucking alert about it.
Well,
like on their timeline.
really?
Oh my God, Patrick drank a natural light
Okay,
in the back of a CVS.
For starters, I would never drink a natural light.
I mean, it can get you a badge, though, so don't be
probably
careful.
could.
Yeah.
Andy Stanky has won 27 level ups in the I Believe in IPA fucking freedom contest.
So when Andy Stanky was the guest on here, I don't remember him getting grilled about Untapped like this.
Well, because you do Untapped in a way that he doesn't.
Right. You realize that 90% of people who are on Untapped do it just to piss you off.
At this point, that's kind of.
I do feel like my anger is sustaining it in a
So
small way.
So part of it is yes, keeping track of the beers. 2, the fact that you're getting an alert when I check in means you're following me and have alerts set up. So that's.
I didn't mean alert. I just mean
sure you
it's
did,
in your-
Morgan.
I'm not.
It's okay,
Oh my
you
God.
can admit it.
Morgan has alerts turned on for Patrick. Oh
my God.
And-
let me
and Clem.
let me see if I can get an
There it is.
X-Files drop here.
Nope.
I mean,
Close enough. Close enough.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
basically Untapped right there.
So
Yeah,
this,
pretty much.
Did I get the? I must have got the crappy headset because the left one cuts out.
That's fine.
Well,
No one
whatever.
cares.
I can still hear it in the right.
But Clem does the same thing. Andy Stanky, Patrick Moore, aka Crew Pat, like all of you
it's
fuckboys.
so we can see what each other are drinking and
Why do you give a shit what other people are
because
drinking?
other people
I really don't understand.
might want to drink it.
yeah, like oh wow, Andy drank that cool beer. Hey Andy, could you bring me that cool beer
Just
from
talking
wherever?
about like going to the fucking store. You're like literally describing the beer aisle at a fucking store. Just go to a fucking store.
Well,
What are we talking about?
So when Andy's in northern Michigan and stuff on vacation and drink something,
You're not
cool,
going to be able to drink that. You can't go there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Morgan, he would
if
bring
you're going
it.
to be able
He'd
to drink
bring
it,
it.
it's going to be at the fucking store, bro. Go to the fucking store.
How long until I could get Morgan to stroke out?
God. He wasn't this mad when he figured out Eduardo Sosa was porking
Ball
his sister.
Balls deep.
Trying to pork my
Balls
sister,
deep.
okay?
Is she going to buy Is she going to buy a Zach Steffen garter belt or not garter belt? Chastity belt?
What?
No, Zach Steffen chastity belt.
Oh, he can stop anything.
I think it might be a little too late for that.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
Sosa,
in her 20s, dude. Like, I'm
little Sosa.
pretty sure that there's been some things happening.
Coming
Don't
around.
care. You know what? I don't care about Untapped anymore. Moving. Fuck on.
By the way, everybody, anytime you're on Untapped and get a badge, make sure to push it to Twitter and tag Morgan in it.
I'm just going to, well, you can do, I'm just going to say at Morgan_Hughes.
Yeah.
When I tweet it, and it'll, yeah.
Yep.
I'll do all the bad routes.
I'm just here to help, friends. So I'm here to make Morgan's life better.
The answer to your to my Untapped question, you're just like basically like the troll face meme.
Yes.
That's what you just answered. Okay. So
just for you though, Morgan.
You know,
other people appreciate it, even though you don't.
No one fucking appreciates Untapped.
No, that's not true.
Fucking no one.
No.
Fucking no one appreciates that.
And you know what?
Fucking no one.
You know what? Here, I don't even check all the beers I drink in.
Oh, I drink more beers than you're even aware of.
Just saying, Morgan. I
Look
could
at
make
me.
your.
I could buy beer.
You think he's complaining now if I did them all?
Remember, everybody.
What if I told you I've had more beers than
at
you
Morgan
know?
_ Hughes for all of your Untapped check-ins.
What if I told you that I've had 6 beers this week that I didn't even fucking tweet about? I drank 7 beers that you didn't even know about. How are you going to...
Morgan, your face is going tomato. Just letting you know.
Moving the fuck on. Delete your account. All of them. Fuck off. Okay. October.
Morgan, just serenity now.
So October 16th, we call it our 9/11, our Man on the Moon, our JFK
what day
assassination.
was that? Was it
that was Tuesday night, October 16th.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Tell me, walk me through your memories of that night. How'd you find out? Was it that night? Was it the next day? What do
it
you
was
remember?
that night. I'd gone to bed, was reading the interwebs, probably a book, and decided, as most people do, you know what? I'm going to check Twitter one last time before I go to sleep. And I don't follow Grant Wall, so I didn't see the original.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw somebody's of Crewdom's, might have been Darby, might have been you, I don't know. I saw the retweet, and my immediate thought was, no, this isn't possible. And then boom, 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 boom. And I turns to Rhonda and I said, you're not going to believe this, but Precourt saying he's moving the Crew to Austin, Texas for the 2019 season. And you would have thought somebody close and dear to the family had died just from her reaction.
Yeah.
And you're just stunned. You're speechless, right? I mean, how do you process that? I mean, everybody's talked about how, you went to HangOnTour, you had that, the 24 hours or the 12 hours or what it was, and then you said, this
but
is
not that first night. That first night.
No,
was
the
like
first
getting
night,
hit
it's like a kick to your scrot,
Yeah.
right? And the thought is, why? That was the number one thing, was why would you do it?
Yeah.
Like, we're not having a bad, we're having a pretty good season. Because I guess by that point, we'd turned around the second half of the season, and we were hammering for the playoffs, right?
Yeah. It was no longer 2016.
Exactly. And, if we could have kept a 90th minute or an 85th minute lead in 2016, we would have made the playoffs in 2016, too.
Yeah, we would have been the 1 seed in the fucking East.
Yes, we would have. But as many late goals as we gave up that season. But, attendance wasn't down. We had a good product on the field, I thought. We'd gotten Acura as a sponsor. So, you're laying there at night going, what's the excuse going to be when this full thing comes out? And then you find out about the move clause when he signed it, and you think, how does this just now coming out? At what point does Don Garber, what's his complicity in this?
Yeah. Dong Arbor.
And I got friends in Austin, and the friends that I have in Austin that actually like soccer say, sure, we'd love a team here. We don't want your fucking team.
Yeah.
We don't want it like this.
Yeah, we don't want the Columbus Crew.
Well, they don't want to take it. It wouldn't matter who it was for them, for my friends.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want to steal a team that meant something to somebody, whoever it was.
But I think that it's relevant that it's us.
No, I agree. I do.
We're a massive name. We're an important franchise. We're the first team. Like everything that started and everything that's meaningful in this sport, in this country, in this league, starts with us.
I agree. It's insulting to a degree to me that you go to Mopfrey and you see the.
That's definitely how you say that word, by the way. Yeah, 100%. Pronounce the P.
The Mopfrey.
There it is.
Is that sort of like
map free?
Is it sort of like when you say potatoes?
That's not how I say it, but whatever.
Okay, sure, it's not. But you go up and you see the charter member banner and stuff like that, and how can you?
The For Columbus banner on the far side of the stadium.
How can you fly that when you won't even come to the city? unless it's a playoff game. You won't tweet anything about your team, how well they've done, but you will to other teams.
Yeah.
Well, he does get ratioed to fuck every time he tweets.
Oh, yeah.
And rightfully so.
As he should.
Continue doing that.
You know, you trot out kids in Austin going, hey, you know, look at these kids. They want, please bring soccer here. And then the very next home game, taking away the letter to the Nordec or the Capos and the Nordec and all that, all those kids being there behind the goal. And, you're going to, on one hand, you're going to say, look at these kids that are going to love soccer in this community, but we're going to strip it from all these kids that you've trotted out since I've been there, 3 times a year, and you take away the goals behind the thing so kids can't play.
Yeah.
It is just like giant middle finger.
Yeah.
A queso covered middle finger to this town.
Yeah.
And to all the fans here. And it's insulting.
Yeah, he's just a pile of shit. I think you're right.
We've been insulted by him from that. But Andy Lockdane at the supporter summit, throwing around his $300 million to keep the team here, doubling the move fee, and then saying, well, then it's like what, $30 million for a practice facility? Andy, we've already got one of those. You're not buying a new one.
He gets it up to he runs it up with legitimate costs. Assuming you need to build a new stadium or build a new practice facility, which we wouldn't.
Right.
And then he's got it maybe partially appropriately at $100 million. And then it's just and then you got to add $250 million. So then we're at $350, and everyone's like, whoa, hold up.
And Andy says there, well, nobody's going to.
We have to add $250 million for what? Again?
Well, and he sits there and says nobody's going to loan Anthony Precourt the money to build the stadium here. Well, who the hell's going to fucking loan him the money in Austin? With no sponsorship,
maybe your shithead boss should have better credit, huh?
Or that your multi-millionaire, venture capitalist. Just because you run a shitty business all around.
I'm Anthony Precourt. I talked to J.P. Morgan this morning at the ATM when I removed money from my checking account.
The ghost of J.P. Morgan.
FYI
He's
to the
been
council.
Dead since about
I've been talking to J.P. Morgan today. They said your balance is, I'm not going to say the number, but it was pretty impressive. I could
it was
go
$7.26, right?
It was great.
You could go to Jimmy John's for lunch.
Yeah, I mean, this stadium's going to happen. My name's Anthony Precourt. I like
and I love queso.
I poop.
And I like queso.
Okay, so moving on from October 16th, you're here tonight. You're here tonight a lot. That's something I could not just say on episode 92. Reminder of the Dream Team is the greatest team ever assembled on Earth. Why ACES Radio? Why go on the record? Why get your voice out to the 7 people who listen to this?
Because I asked.
That's true.
You did pander a bit.
I did pander just a tiny bit.
A little bit.
On Tuesday, you said and I was getting up to go make weenus in a porta potty. And
that
you said,
had just been serviced, but said it had not been serviced since May.
When am I going to be the guest on ACES Radio? And I was like, how about the day after tomorrow, motherfucker? And then I went and made weenus. And that's how you become the guest of the week.
I don't know. Even though this is a Buffalo Bills podcast, and it is the shittiest podcast other than maybe Massive Report or something, it's fun. You guys have fun. It's a fun listen. I'm not bringing anything new and exciting to the table.
That's certainly true.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying. Except the untapped check-ins.
Oh, that is true.
I am bringing the untapped check-ins.
Great.
But I wanted to be on the same show that Walter has been on. I think that's how it comes. It comes.
He's
down
the
to
real
that.
draw
He is.
for a lot of people.
I was hoping Derek would show up tonight too, hearing that I was going to be here. But he seems to have had
become the voice of Derek. That could be a regular feature.
Oh, don't even tease
Son
me.
of a bitch.
Moving. The fuck?
How's your child voice? Give us a child impersonation that won't get you sent to jail.
Darby, what do you really want from me?
And Darby has the following to say.
I mean,
No.
Oh yes.
Fantastic. Second to last question.
I actually think Derek's probably got like a Barry White voice, don't you think, at this point?
I mean, not given his genetics.
That's
you're
true.
You're about
well,
one
not
Derek Hughes reference away from getting sent back to Australia with Greg. Speaking of Greg, here's the Benson question. He can't sleep at night unless he hears it. What does the crew mean to you, P. Jones?
You know what the crew means to me? It's the yeah and the 2 fists thrown up when we score or we win, and the joy that I see on my wife's face. It's the high fives when we score. It's even when who shall not be named, Kai Kamara was here. and it might have been an affectation, and it probably is, running by and holding up the heart. It's the guys that that love being here, the crest. And I like the new logo. I like the old logo. But this team, to me, seems very Columbus-centric. We're not the flashiest. We're not going to bring in the high-priced superstars. We're not NYCFC. We're not the Galaxy. But by God, we're going to grind it out. And we're going to, I hate to say it, but we're a Midwestern values team. We've just got that sort of work ethic. And I think Greg does a great job of putting that product on the field. I just think the players care to play here. They understand the love that the fans have for that team and the joy that I see in the crowd when we do well, or even if we lose, but we scored, we played hard or whatever. So it's that sense of give and take between the crowd and the players, and just the love that there seems to be in that. And what's a crew mean? It's getting to sing Africa, after a match, after a win, and seeing the happiness and the silliness that goes on. It's joy to me. It's happiness.
Yeah. A lot of things, a lot of different ways of saying it. Seems like home.
Yes.
Everything that you associate with home, like all of the things that you go, this is a pattern that equals me.
Yeah.
All of these variables over time resonate to become what I'm about. Fantastic
Absolutely.
answer. I think that I've said it better, but you know what?
Morgan, you're a professional.
You're probably busy checking in on Untapped.
I have not checked in tonight.
A Boone's Farm at Stank Lake.
Okay,
I drank purple wine at Stank Lake.
Morgan, I want a little credit. I'm not going to drink Boone's
I went to
Farm.
the Kroger in Lancaster and got the purple Boone's Farm, and I drank it next to a water retention pond where the geese shit. I'm trash. My name is P. Jones. I eat shit. I just pooped in my hand. I ate it. I eat poop.
Why am I suddenly like Brent Miller?
My name is Brent Miller. I'm feeling 7 of 5, bro. Last question, and then we'll get you out of here unless you want to stick around for segment 3.
Of course I will.
Doesn't matter to me. Literally.
I'm sure I've got plenty of things to say in segment 3.
I got so many hot takes about Untapped. How can user AGS Attack be stopped?
Well, I think I'm going to draw upon a movie quote here.
Yeah.
I think Ellen Ripley said it the best. I think we need to take off and nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
AGS Attack 2016 on this.
That's the only chance we got. Because conventional means have been useless.
So we kill him from space? Is that what
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just drop a big bomb.
And also millions of other people.
Look, Darby, there's sacrifices have to be made.
That's true, yeah. If people chose to live near him, that was their decision.
Yes, that's right.
Well, why would we need to go into space to drop a bomb on them?
Well, Darby, we have to have Space Force.
But why would you need to go into space to kill him with a bomb?
I don't know. It looks
you
cool.
could do that from not a plane.
It looks cool. Well, we could, but I don't have any backpack.
But you could
nukes,
also
Andy.
be in space.
You could also be in space.
Yeah.
It just seems to me like
Well,
this is
all right,
one of those
you know.
plans where you have to,
You know what? I've got a better way.
Questioned other people's means of
Right.
extermination.
I've got a better way. Can we sit him in one of the
Bury him under
non-used
untapped
rock or non-cleaned rock on the range porta potties, and sort of force feed him rat dropping coated hot dogs from the Montfray Stadium concession stands?
Morgan checked out. He's having fun with the drops. But
is that what you call what he's playing with the middle of his chest? Is that called playing with the drops?
I wouldn't feel anything.
It's more the droops than the drops.
Can it droop when it's that small?
I mean, yeah, it can have a downward
cast to it.
Think about your pinky finger.
So when Morgan gives man balls, are they more like man acorns?
Not even. I
Man
mean, his
marbles?
penis is the size of an acorn.
Oh,
so
that's true.
Proportionally,
Man
they're
Man
like.
peas?
What would they be like, Morgan? They'd be like
Peanuts.
Tic Tacs.
Thank you, Brent Miller.
Thank you.
How about you? The fuck out of this room forever.
Let's talk about Eduardo Sosa some more.
I would love to do that. Unfortunately, I hear that. I knew.
Wait
I
a
would
minute.
hear
No,
that.
am I being played off? What is this?
What
the
a
Oscars?
terrible eventuality that has become the
That
reality.
could be stopped by getting Sosa into his DMs.
On behalf of literally no one on the panel, we want to go ahead and thank you. Thank you for stopping by. P. Jones.
You're welcome, Morgan. I got to do a untapped check.
He's got to check in and watch Liverpool. He's more of an old country man.
That's right.
Also from Russia. Didn't know that before.
No,
today.
not from Russia.
Come and keep your
Just run
comrade
with it.
warm.
He's on a roll.
We're coming back on segment
Forget it,
3.
he's rolling. Terminus Pearl Harbor.
Ukraine girls are going to knock you out. We're going to read your hot takes and more. You're making a big mistake, comrades, by listening to the trash bit known as ACES Radio.
Potatoes.
I really want Johnson Arts.
Well done. That was perfectly timed.
Very nice.
Sicker than your average, down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a match, spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile, my crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation, got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping in an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die, spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. To my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah, baby! Ignorant sluts, shitlord, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones. Welcome back. It is segment 3 here on episode 92 of ACES Radio. We are but 8 weeks away from episode 100, as they call it the Diamond Jubilee, as they always say. That's, it's going to be the last episode. We're really going to do it up. Darby's running a tuxedo. I've reached out to Travis Irvine.
Top hat and tails.
It's going to be great. On behalf of Blood and Urine, we hope you'll join us for that, when we do that. So, free Blood and Urine, all little kids.
It's more than Anthony Precourt.
As Darby says, when we were on break, he was like, I want to give blood and urine to all the kids. And I was like, why did you say that? That's gross, man. That's gross. Don't do that. Remember that?
Where else are they going to get it from?
You don't want them going in the streets.
Well,
yeah.
Blood and urine here, giving them blood and urine here, that would be a health code violation that Anthony Precourt would be jealous of.
Oh, well done, Pete Jones. Well done.
Yeah, they could just go to Mafre if they need blood and urine.
That's great. That's great. I'm really enjoying this. That's great.
We're here to please Morgan.
Is that right? What if I told you, Pete Jones? Well, first of all, welcome back to the episode 92. Pete Jones. Pete Jones.
Thanks, Morgan.
Pete Jones. I don't know what that was.
Walter.
Also, welcome back.
That was Derek.
Welcome back
No,
to
this is Derek, yes.
episode 92. Alex Thomas, Uncle Alligator. Thanks for joining us here on segment
Have we
3.
had a weather segment?
Morgan, thanks for having me. Yeah, the weather comes later in the episode.
Mute that entire side of the table. This is great.
Out of order.
And Darby Schnarfus, welcome back to the show. Who? You're doing well. You're doing well.
Very cool.
My name is Darby.
Alex, yeah.
Can confirm.
What if I told you, Alex, there was a cure for the scourge? That is fun stalls for your horse.
Oh my God, would it be hot takes?
That's right. It is. Yep, it's hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
And you're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
Walter, no. You cannot stop it. Whatever you're about to do.
Walter, Morgan, don't forget about me.
What is this, a Spanish? Is this a Latino Kyle the Possum?
Yeah, do you think maybe he could do some karaoke later
Is
in
it
the
the
segment?
ghost of Speedy Gonzalez? Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Are we talking about dead animals?
That's Mexican, or that's English for Walter.
Fantastic, and Jesus Christ, Glenn Tennis, relax. Before we head to the subreddit known as the Massive Alex Thomas, I wonder if I could go ahead and read the overall standings according to you, and only you.
Morgan?
This is the reason everyone tunes in.
This
What's
is the
that?
reason why they tune in.
What's in your beer?
That's a lime.
Oh my God.
Are you
He
drinking a Corona?
He just earned
No.
the lime badge on Untapped.
They don't have Corona here. This is a brewery.
Right. So what are you drinking today?
Well, Lucas, behind the bar,
Right.
says it's hot outside, so you should drink your beer with lime. And I said, you look like a guy who knows what he's talking about.
He's
Give
drinking.
me the fruit, I says.
He's drinking the Latin lager. The Latin lager.
No, we need to reset in 3, 2, 1.
Nothing is impossible. Make your... That's pretty damn
You're drinking craft beer with a lime in it.
Yeah, he did. You know what? I have no excuses, and it's delicious. Go fuck yourself, Drabs. Jesus Christ, get out of my fun stall.
Morgan just earned the "Go fuck yourself" badge on Untappd.
Morgan just earned the "I have shitty taste in beer" badge on Untappd.
I'm all right with that. I don't define myself through fucking beers that I drink. I don't need my friends to know that I have like, ooh, look at my hipster fucking Belgian wheat pile of shit behind the Rax restaurant.
I know that he
drank it out of a
prefers hoppy
bucket.
beers, in particular IPA.
He was drinking
it's a
the
small
CBC
batch.
IPA.
It's a small batch. I drank it out of a bucket in some
I've
gym
offered
at Carl's
you beers
Garage.
and you've turned them down because you didn't
awesome.
want.
I would just like to point out, I need to come
Oh.
back weekly just to get Morgan's spot.
Only
like this.
fuckboy beers have labels. Ooh, I'm Darby. I eat poop and I drink blood. I'm a vampire.
you literally
Look at
look
me.
through my beer cooler and be like,
I'm a
no, I don't want
vampire.
that. No, I don't want that. You're a fucking beer snob, Morgan.
I'm always on this show,
and yet
True
you drink
Blood.
fucking lime in your beer.
I'm a vampire. I was on a movie with Tom Cruise and a young.
So you're Brad Pitt?
and a young person who was.
Or were you Antonio Banderas? Well, you're the old vampire, so you have to be
Who's
Antonio
the
Banderas.
girl from the
What we're gonna
cheerleader
do?
movie?
I'm gonna get some Natty Light for the next game,
I'm the girl
and I'm
from the
just gonna
cheerleader
pour it
movie.
into a cup for him, and I'm gonna squeeze some lime into it and see if he even notices.
Kirsten Dunst, that's her name.
Probably
I'm
wouldn't
Kirsten Dunst. I'm a child vampire.
Where the fuck did he even
I
go
have
with
no
this
idea.
shit?
Oh, I'm Kirsten Dunst Schaff. I'm a child vampire, and I drink blood
Why is
beer.
it when he's talking about a
out of Tom
Kirsten
Cruise's
Dunst movie,
butthole.
it's not talking about like her nipples in Spider-Man? That's the only movie anyone ever
reverse
talks about.
butt
I'm aware of nipples. I'm Darby. I drink out of
could
Tom
s-
Cruise's butthole.
I could say something, but
How many nipples does a horse have?
there are some limits that I
Not
won't
enough.
even go there.
Moving on to the overall standings, for fuck's sake. In first place, the new first placeman this week, Regulator 420 with 11 points. Followed in second, it's a tie between Greeley Bad Ideas and Justin Merman Facts, both with 10 points. In fourth place, Basketball Emoji and, what's that? Mysterious Beeping Noise, both with 7 points. ACES Stefan and Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, checking in sixth place with 6 points apiece. Spikehead Linda B moving the fuck on, Aces Archive and Rec League Commissioner, both with, all with 8, 4, and also Top Lad Dave.
I'm sorry.
That's how they
Could you
pronounce
repeat
it.
that?
Kirsten Dunst. And Mike Hudson sucks. Older than Darb, Zip 6, and Ron T, all in 12th place with 3 points apiece. The 2 pointers are as follows. The Ralph Trudell Show. Hi, Darbs. It's Kellyanne. A log jam, Pam's soapy butt vicious bike. When Aces Radio was good, setting the table. Morgan's anal leakage. Columbus Lad, Massive 14, Aces Dictionary, and Precourt Used Cars. All tied in 18th place with 2 points apiece. The gaggle fuck of celebrity fans is as follows. Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Spikehead, Ladybird, Eric Bobbitt, In Love and Varzia, Skeets McTaz, Darby's Fan Club, Dan Cordamach, DH Goat, Segment 3-Bot, AGS Attack, Conspiracy, MLS to ATXer, Darb's Fun, Stall for Your Horse, GCG Bag, Tyler, Your Gavin is showing 5th on Sand, ATX Stadium Parking, Cruise Matt, none other than Greg Task, Drolby, Scrinface, Yoshi Bro, Todrick 33, and Frankie Haydock, all 30th place pointmans with a point apiece. Bring up third this week, Greg, and getting the bulk, none other than Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy.
Bob, I still have your water bottle.
Is he still at -1? How many negatives is Bob O'Shaughnessy at this
-3.
point?
We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, where I remind you that all these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Today's most upvoted comment comes to us from none other than ATX City Council. With 12 points, quote, ever since we opened up McCalla Place for proposals, there have been some interesting submissions coming from Ohio. Josephine's mom submitted a proposal to turn it into a literal pound town. She said she's willing to be a community asset to everyone within a 100-mile radius. Quite ambitious. Ralph Trudell submitted a list of discount codes for local construction companies.
That's pretty dang cool.
That doesn't help at all. Darby, goddammit. He's just holding up Justin Merrim facts. You don't even know if they're in a hot take set. Stop giving them fucking blood points. Ralph Trudell submitted a list of discount codes for local construction companies. That didn't help at all.
Still pretty dang cool.
But they sound like good ideas. Solana Max submitted an idea for an orphanage for lost children of fake families called Whose Fucking Kids Are These? One proposal came from somebody at team at SaveTheCrew.com who asked about building a retirement village called Darb's Fun Home for the Elders.
How sad is that? That's the better option for me right now.
But said it also needs to double as a horse ranch?
There it is.
Love it.
It's just a place you and Kellyanne can hang out.
John Zadar sent us a proposal from Slack, but it was late. All graphics and no words, so we couldn't accept it. Karen Crognell PM'd me plans to build a giant new yoga studio called the Shart Box. John and Darby co-signed immediately. Clark
cares about kids Beacom submitted a profanity-laced proposal for a bitching location to house the fucking Mafre fucking capo stand and the motherfucking banners from the shit-ass Nordeck because unlike Morgan, Clark is the real banner thief. What the fuck?
He took banners out of the stadium.
That's pretty dang cool.
Morgan Hughes sent in a request to build a caster factory. Justin Merriman sent in a request to build a bigger caster factory. The proposal was twice as detailed as Morgan's. And quote, Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
God, oh my God! I don't know, man. There's so many fantastic
That
little
was
tidbits.
ATX City Council.
They're a nice group of people.
Drolby Screenface, your thoughts?
I think I've already given away my blood points for the week.
Son of a bitch. God damn it. I can't believe you've done this. Moving the fuck on from Justin Merrim facts. Yay! With 8 points, quote, Yolanda Harris replies to Justin Merriman's tweets immediately, not 18 months later.
Somebody's bitter.
Justin Merrim's dog pees outside. What is that like? Nobody touches Justin Merrim's drop board because his co-hosts respect him as a host, and quote...
Oh, I can't reach. Daggone it. Darby, hit one for me.
Drolby Screenface, your thoughts?
Whoa! Well, that one's topical.
Well,
that works.
done, drab.
Yeah.
P. Jones, your thoughts?
Morgan, I don't know how you come back from that. I don't.
Probably as a co-host for Podcast for Columbus.
The realest of all real punishments.
Massive Report podcast? I mean,
Ain't nobody got time for that. Moving the fuck on from user Your Gavin is showing with 8 points. Quote, has the Saprissa match kicked off yet?
Oh,
End
nice.
quote. Everyone hates friendlies. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
Dude, that's accurate. I had time to go there, go home, wait for the notification that the players were taking the field, go back, and there was still 10 minutes, the national anthems.
Did they let you in?
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they probably sent the gate people home, actually. Like, you can just wander in, I'm sure.
You don't. Why would you send the gay people home? That's terrible of you to say. Oh, you say gate?
Gate.
Oh, gate.
Yeah. The homeless people who live around the gates of the stadium.
Send the gay people home.
Wow.
Drolby Screenface, how dare you?
So, speaking of homeless...
why'd you talk over that, P. Jones?
Sorry. I only thought we weren't supposed to talk over the fax machine.
P. Jones, your thoughts?
Speaking of homeless, when I was in Austin, last month.
Dave Greeley.
I did stalk Dave Greeley the whole time I was there. Austin has a large homeless population. I just wonder if they're all going to sort of congregate down with the big fancy new stadium, should it be built, and hang out down there.
They'll get free rail rides all day
right,
long.
That's true. Well, only if they have a game ticket, though.
Yeah. Free rail rides, is that what we're calling it these days?
That's what your sister's calling it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Obvious joke is obvious.
Oh, yeah. We need a celebration drop there.
And where's Susan? Morgan's sister.
Morgan's sister's wrecked vagina.
Jesus. Mary.
That's definitely going to be on Reddit next week. Morgan's sister's wrecked vagina.
Oh, wrecked. I thought you said ripe. Either one works.
Oh. It was right before it's wrecked now. There's a fine line.
I honestly can't decide what disturbs Morgan more. Untapped or...
Sosa's gonna earn the Morgan Sisters badge on Untapped.
Go ahead.
And where's Susan? Definitely a go 90, 3-4 man. He's a 1 through 4 man. Doesn't care where it goes.
Moving the fuck on to episode 93 from user Mike Hudson Sucks with 3 points.
Hang on, I need to write Patrick Jones on my blood process.
Man, I think about a lot of stuff right now. All of it is so painful.
Hello, darkness, your old friend.
And I'm just going to stop talking because everything I say can be turned into a my sister joke. Lovely. Moving on from user Mike
thanks
Hudson
for stopping by,
Sucks.
everybody.
With 3 points. Quote, last week, some guy said that FCC would fine Crewzers FC for cursing from fans. I can confirm that this is false and that Cincinnati fans love cursing just as much as Columbus fans, end quote. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
Almost just a zinger.
Oh, what a rare
How do
treat,
we
Mike
come back
Hudson.
from that?
Oh, hashtag Greg Benson jokes. Moving on from user Darling Thief with 4 points. Quote, reason 1996 why ACES Radio is better than Massive Report. The sound quality from Adam Jardy's Skype call was crystal clear. It's actually like Morgan cares about this dumpster fire of a podcast. Hashtag parallel paths to blood points. Hashtag I cannot believe I'm complimenting Morgan. Hashtag jet-lagged hot take. End quote. That's right. I should be celebrated. Celebrate me according to my strength and give me room. And everyone is agreeing with me. And you may have been louder during the last celebration. This means that you just respect me as a man.
We're actually disappointed you're not saying Solana Max every time you do that.
P. Jones, your thoughts?
I can't believe anybody. Yes, exactly, Darby. That's what I'm thinking.
-1 blood point to
Honestly,
Darling Thief.
really? Who?
Big if true.
It's obviously a jet-lagged...
Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
That's a nice lad. Darling Thief is.
What a good lad he is. Yeah. Moving on from user Aces Archive with 2 points. Quote, this is by far user AGS Attack's best hot take. Just so happens that it isn't eligible for blood points. Well done, sir. Well done. Rise of AGS. Hashtag Throwback Thursday. End quote.
What?
Drawlby Scrinface, your thoughts?
I don't know. Without context, I mean, first of all, AGS's Attack best hot take.
That's a low bar.
It's bordering on an oxymoron.
True.
Yeah, but without any context.
That's pretty dang cool.
Moving on
Thanks,
from
Ralph.
user Celebrity Tailgate with 2 points. Quote, Jesus, who let that guy in the show? End quote.
That's pretty dang cool.
Your thoughts, P. Jones, on your own hot take?
Yes, well, truth hurts, baby.
Don't be that guy, Patrick.
I'm just saying.
Don't wear the shirt of the band you're going to see.
Yeah.
Steps FC just got it.
Right now, John Zadar just yelled out, I love John Belushi movies, and he has no idea why.
He doesn't know who John Belushi is.
Yeah. But he
You
makes
know
that
John
joke
Belushi
about PCU every time.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
Yeah. PCU is a movie from the 90s. Let's see what you did there.
So how about I come over
Nope,
there and go to
that's not
town
it.
on your movie?
There it is. This is a movie from the 90s. Oh, take it easy, Mrs. Scrinface. Moving on. From user Greeley Bad Ideas with -1 points, plural. Quote, subtle in George W. Bush drawl. Dipshit Dave, need you to get in with Tejas brownies. Need y'all up in Los Culos, if you know what I mean. You can be a mole of their assholes. Need to know what kind of nachos or tamales or luchador masa takes me to get on their side. Making queso for Precortino. Is that it? Precortino. Precortino.
Tiny pre-court.
Dave Greeley. Affirmative, Hefe. I'll be their numero uno amigo. Don't cry for me, ballerina. They will love my songs. Also, Madonna is still quite sexy, even at her current age of 59. Nice. She should certainly continue to dress like a dirty Tallahassee hooker. In public, 2 days later, Dave dips brush into brown paint. Yowee, that's some stinky paint. And it's burning my tongue. Oh well. Guess I'll just watch this paint dry on my skin as I complete this incredible costume and slip undetected into Latin supporter cultures in Austin. Jesus fucking Christ. Dave dons white suit, red scarf, and yellow sombrero. He enters a heavily Latino church, interrupts their service, and begins singing to the tune of La Bamba. And Darby, here we go. I think this is you, right?
I mean, when you say we, you mean you. It's definitely you.
Is it going? Oh, there it is.
In 3.
Okay, I'll do it. Mama, Macala. Yo quiero Macala y necesito un poco dinero. Look at my sombrero. I'm just like you, but I need 30 million. Look, I bought your Killians.
T-shirts and scarves, t-shirts and scarves, they're all size large.
Yo no soy Carl Martino. Yo no soy un bandito, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Mama Kala, Mama Kala, Mama Kala.
You gotta vote for Macala. I too play the footballer. We're totally samesies. Where's that 30 million? Y'all just drank all the Killians, all my beer, all my beer. Just give us fucking Macala. Oh, no, this is the interlude.
This is the guitar.
Don't talk over this. This is the interlude.
Yeah, this is definitely the part where you don't talk.
My career's gone starlight. Nope, still not the one. I'm great at this.
Wait, yeah. Just keep not doing things. There you go.
Now?
Oh, nope, not now. It's been like 15 years since I've heard this song.
This one chord guitar solo is great. Oh, shit.
There you go.
My career's gone starlight. Just ignore this letter.
Oh, you went too early.
Makes me feel better, and then we'll drink margaritas. I'll even lick your feetas. I just don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. Mama Kala. Mama Kala.
That.
Mama Kala. Mama Kala. I'm a wrong seagull. Dave Greeley is a racist. Fantastic. Well, end quote. Drolby Scrinface, your thoughts?
You got a little off, but you actually did better than I expected on that.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are just respecting the ambition.
One are saying they're saying you're the top lad in the vaguely racist karaoke game.
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah.
I mean, something that everyone always thinks about when they're young. They're like, I'd like to be one of the top lads in the racist game.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
We here now. Moving on. Last hot take of the night comes from user AGS Attack with -4 points. Quote, I stopped listening to ACES radio the minute I found out that Morgan was engaged, as my whole plan was to marry him, adopt children with him, and regularly vacation to Provincetown, Massachusetts for 3 decades before leaving him and our children to join a Lonely Island cover band doing the Lake Erie Summer Talent Show circuit. However, let me be clear. The entire Blood Point system is fake news and rigged, and Congress should fix it now. If I don't have a Blood Point by the time this season is done, I will personally, well, I was just going to say be nice to Anthony Precourt, but no one deserves that. Instead, I will write more songs that you guys will have to hear. End quote.
My name is Will Trapp.
Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
Dude, I can't argue with any of that.
Was that really? Yeah. What does this mean? Is that something that someone did?
Some of it is, but I mean, I don't know about the Lake Erie band circuit. That sounds pretty sweet.
Like, Provincetown is where people of the LGBT community.
Oh, the ones you kicked out of the stadium?
So
Yes, the ones that
you were going to
had
be
to go.
homosexual life partners with AGS Attack.
Okay.
And make babies and stuff. And
How?
Your
you probably
butthole.
were
Where the
Adopt children.
dogs
No, we were
came
going to
from.
adopt children.
Oh.
I'm more of a Kelly De Niro man. You know that about me, Drabs. I'm a 3-4 man, Alex.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. You know me. P. Jones, your thoughts?
Sweet pan fried
You're more of a
Jesus.
Robert
Please
De Niro
do
man.
do whatever you have to do so he stopped writing.
Dude, those are the
songs.
hottest tracks. What's wrong with you?
reply from username Morgan Soundboard.
Yeah.
It's Pedro. Pedro Sanch.
It's Pedro. It's Pedro. Pedro Sanch. Pedro Sanch. It's not Santos.
First of all, Morgan Soundboard, don't think that you can do this. Don't think you can just.
Well,
post
also get
and
the
I will
lyrics
play.
right.
So I would like to
it's
point
missing
out,
some words.
Right.
Yeah.
He says he's going to score all the goals.
Yeah.
Remind me how many he has.
Uno goals.
He's tied with Alex Crognell in career goals for Crew FC.
yes,
and
exactly.
Eduardo Sosa.
Oh, that great. That guy's
But
great.
Sanch probably
Jane
not
ignorance.
going after Morgan's sister.
The fuck on! It's
We don't
the
know
last
that.
Hot take
We
of the
don't.
night, lads. Big
Can we get
shout
your
out.
sister on to see which players have actually slid into her DMs? Because I bet a lot of them have.
She's going to be walking bow-legged, dude.
Well, no, that's only if she was.
What if Alex
Chris
Crognell's
Doran.
been up in that?
Oh, Karen's going to come after you.
Karen already has a hit out on John. Remember, he called her a middle-aged white woman?
Oh, yeah, that was the worst idea. That's why he's not on the show
I
this
know.
week. He's in fucking hiding. He's
Yeah,
in witness
witness
protection
protection.
right now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm sorry, what, Morgan? Did you want to do a podcast or something?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Are you sure you're hitting
Oh,
the
there
right
she is,
button?
Darby.
Oh,
Still
so
picking
you
me up.
still can't hit the right button.
Shout out to Theo Huxtable, Steps FC son, top lad in the game. That's the last hot take of the night. We have blood points to give away. We start with you, Drolby Scrinface. Your 2 blood points go to the following users, my friend.
1 blood point goes to Patrick Jones for just some good old fashioned sister roasting there.
Darbs, you're all hurt.
And my second one, of course, goes to Justin Merrim Fax Really, I appreciate the timeliness. The things are always current and relevant. Like, this person is clearly listening and keeping up to date on what's going on. So, yep. Right there.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
So when you have your kit made, Darby, is it going to say Justin Merrim facts on the back?
Don't answer that. P. Jones, you have 2 blood points that go to the following users, my friend.
I got to go to ADX City Council because it really did make me laugh.
All right.
Very hard.
Your second
And
blood point.
I can't give it to myself because I made me laugh harder than anything. So I'm going to give it to Baba Shaughnessy.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You bitch banger.
I mean, he's still getting the bulk.
It's
a nominal blood point.
It's setting a
he's
tone,
still
though.
at -2.
All right. You're getting the bulk like Robert Rovick used to on season 1. Tune into Todd Fichtenberg's podcast for Columbus to find out. Alex
You know who
Thomas.
else is getting the bulk?
Don't answer that. Nope.
Tell us more, Patrick.
No. Have we plugged the sponsor yet?
Kids on the streets.
We need to plug the sponsor.
You know, the word on the streets.
This episode of ACES Radio is brought to you as always by shutting the fuck up and moving the fuck on. Hi, kids. This is your good pal Morgan Hughes, here to talk to you about moving the fuck on and shutting the fuck up.
Is that what Sosa said to your sister afterwards?
Charmaine! They're both great ideas, and everyone should do it. Everyone should shut up and fucking move on.
He said everyone should do it.
No, he didn't mean it like that. This is garbage. I hate this show. I'm going to go listen to Massive Report. I don't care anymore. If I'm going to fucking die, I want to do it painfully and quickly.
I know who's never getting asked back.
Also,
Alex,
what Morgan's sister said. Painfully and quickly.
No, I don't want this.
That's also what she said.
This is disgusting and awful.
No, that's what Pam said.
Please don't talk over this. Please don't.
Darby Schnarfus! 1-2 man! Edward Sosa! 1, 2, 3, 4
Morgan
man!
is literally 2 fisting beers right now.
I just drank a beer off the ground
He
that
drank
I found.
a floor beer, and he's got a table beer
And
in front of him.
They both have limes in them.
We actually have a quote from Eduardo
Morgan's
Sosa.
worried about scurvy.
We have a quote from Eduardo Sosa.
Right.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Wonderful.
That's what he says to your sister.
Self-roast. Alex Thomas, you have 2 blood points to give away. They go to the following users, my friend.
So I got to understand something. So AGS Attack said if he didn't get points, he's going to make more songs? Or he said if he gets points.
If he does not have a point, he will make
Is he
more
at 0
songs.
now?
I don't know how many.
I'm giving 1 to him. Although this is some sweet shit.
I'm afraid to not give him a point.
Which song was that? Was that the...
It sounds like when the those tabletop Pac-Man machine at like the Pizza Hut breaks.
Setting the table made that drop and sent it to me.
It's dope.
It's great.
Yes, he gets 1. And then who made the Labama song?
Really Bad Ideas.
I like Really Bad Ideas.
Right,
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. My first blood point has to go to none other than your Gavin is showing for so thoroughly roasting the start time of the Saprissa game. Everyone loves friendlies. I just think it's great. My second blood point, I feel like for 4 straight weeks, I have to just give it up to Darling Thief. He panders well. He panders, he's a top lad. Everyone knows that. I'm more of a 3-4 man. And top lad, Darling Thief, panders well to ACES Radio staff and people who are great and smell great and are great with kids. And
That's the word on the street.
Shut up, PJ. God damn it. It's been another edition of the battle for the grand prize.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a manifesto? So let's make a toast to all the friends and family.
Very long outro, John.
Since we started the jam, and to a world full of people who telling you what you can and can't do, better recognize salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we doing what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh yeah, baby, Walter, no, you're dead. Well, get this fucking thing.
Morgan, no!
He's been that way for like an hour.
What was that, Kyle the Possum or Mr. Bill? Which one was that? Ah, fantastic.
Choose. It could be
Mr. Squintface in the parking lot, Darby. You're getting ready to be picked up. You have sex with horses.
We're talking about dead animals real quick.
Yep, yeah, go ahead.
How about that octopus? Did you guys hear about that? That that Japanese octopus?
Yeah, they're like, it predicted a bunch of games.
Their whole
group
group stage, it predicted correctly Japan's results, and then right before the who'd they play? Belgium?
A soccer team.
Belgium.
Was it Belgium?
Yeah.
Right before the Belgium game, the fisherman that owned the octopus killed it and hung it up for sale.
Oh, no.
So now he's getting a lot of hate
And then
now.
they lose to Belgium.
Yeah.
I'm a Japanese squid, and they're gonna win. Oh no, my whole life. That's what. This has been another edition of an imitation of a Japanese squid, brought to you by
Another?
ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace.
Have we had one before?
This is for you, Pete Jones. Moving the fuck on. We have a score prediction to update. Last week, Crewzers FC taking on the realest of all Salt Lakes. The guests, a.k.a. Brent Miller, a.k.a. Solana Max, and Yvonne Siegel, failing, sad, mini tailgate, Ethan McKinley stuck balls. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. My sweet Guillermo in heaven, that's so far from being right. It was a 2-1 win.
He
You
claims
get
that
0
was
points.
the John Zadar prediction.
May God have mercy on your soul. John Zadar, the wet boy, a.k.a. the wetness. You did not make a prediction. You said nothing, but it actually was a 2-1 win. So your nothing was not right. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul.
Brent Miller is claiming his prediction was the official John Zadar prediction. Like I wasn't here. I don't know.
And irrelevant. Drolby Scrinface, a.k.a.
Yeah. Let's talk about okay.
everyone's favorite ancient ruin.
I'm listening very carefully.
A.k.a. the horse boy.
Everybody pay attention.
The
right
horse
now.
boys.
Yeah.
This is the important part. After
Yeah.
Morgan gets past all this stuff, let's talk about
Come over to my house and look at my saddle, he says. But he doesn't mean it. He's just going to have sex with another horse.
No, he's going to
He wants
drink
you to watch it.
bloody beer
talk-
out of
let's talk
Tom
about
Cruise's
this.
I'm a
butthole.
vampire. I drink out of Tom Cruise's butthole. Oh, I'm a butthole vampire.
Yeah, it's
You
reverse
are
butt
not
chugging.
helping
But
Alex
let's
Thomas.
talk about my my pick.
Darby. Okay, all right.
let's do that.
Drolby Scrinface, you said it was going to be a 2-1 Crewzers FC victory, and while
I
that
did.
was so close to not being true on many occasions, who knows how many goals could have been scored?
But
In
ultimately,
like if that game went on for another hour, it could have been really far away from that.
but
It was a 2-1 victory. You get, I don't know, a certain number, 5 points?
15 points.
15 points.
Point.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, 15.
Douchebag.
Yes.
Morgan, don't you do it yet. Morgan Hughes, the number one continuing boy. He'll be a
you're a
boy
continuing
forever.
boy.
Continuing
He'll be a
hands
boy
boy.
forever.
Let me stretch
I'll
my arms
never
out
grow
over
up.
here.
Don't. There's no
Let me
need
stretch
to.
my clapping arms
You'll
out.
never. You won't need to stretch that, Darby.
Yeah. Oh, it feels
This
so
is unnecessary. We're sitting down at a table. Would you stop it? Stop being flailing around inside, man. That's, no one
ahead.
likes that guy. You said it was going to be a 3-2 win, and it was a win, and it was close to being that score again. And everyone's like,
closer to
that
being
guy
2-1.
has his finger on the pulse of Crewzers FC. And to that, I would say thank you for noticing. Blessed. You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Over to the overall standings. In last place, Brent Miller and Solana Max.
And only Brent Miller.
60 points. Sad. Failing.
That's still pretty good.
Butthole lickers. In also last place, the wetness, the wet boy, John Zadar, a.k.a. the absentee amateur amputee, 60 points. In almost first place.
But definitely second place.
In very close to first place, the guy who you'll know as who's in tune with the streets and the crew. You really got your finger on the pulse, they said. And to which I said, well, thank you for having me over your home. Was I touching that? I didn't mean to. But I did feel a pulse there. It's good. You got a good, strong heartbeat down there, down south of the border. Morgan Hughes, 65 points. Good for you, pal.
So you're
doing
close
great.
to last.
Dude, you're way in front of
You're
Zadar.
doing, that's right, Alex.
5 points.
Thank
You're
you.
almost in
I love
last.
5 points out of last
5
place.
points out
No, I
of
think
last.
he's
They always say about him, he's got his finger on my pulse, and I'm uncomfortable.
down south of that border.
That's how that works.
Speaking of being uncomfortable with somebody
So
in the
below
room,
his nipples?
in first place, Darby Schnarvis.
Yeah! Trash! Mini tailgate for life! Woo! Yeah!
80 points. I'll have to consult. That just seems like too many
That
points.
seems like a lot of points.
Wow. That's only
Amazing.
one correct result away from being.
Alex, your thoughts. Let's go over to you and see what do you think?
I think it's one result away.
One game
Don't
away.
Yeah, one game
pander
away.
to the second place
Thank you,
boy.
Alex. Thank you.
I don't
I'd
know.
like to give
I-
one
I
blood
think
point
that
to
the-
Alex
I believe you
Thomas.
mean
very
almost
close to
last.
his first place.
Wait,
second.
can we stop for a second?
Back to you,
Alex.
Darby.
Oh,
Are your glasses fogging up?
yeah, it's on here, dude.
What the shit, dude?
Yeah, man.
Like, literally, his glasses are fogging up
Yeah.
at the moment.
He is a hot-blooded American.
Hot-blooded
male.
American male.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's go back to me
All
being
This
in
is
first
what happens
place.
when you don't
Let's talk
kick the
about that.
gays out.
Alex is so worked up over me being
Well
in
done.
first place, he's
Well
literally
done.
raising the temperature.
He's schwitzing. He's got the vapors.
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 92, everyone. This is great.
Yes,
Crewzers
fantastic. Love
FC
this
traveling
episode.
to Los Angeles for the second time in, 3 weeks? To take on the Galaxies. Multiple Galaxies. Hashtag Blackout the Galaxy. Hashtag Chad Marshall and Julius James in sunglasses.
We go first to Alex Thomas with the weather report, live and in person.
Oh, what up?
Just
Yeah,
like
man.
Oh, wait, actually, hold
This
on.
is a thing.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Definitely.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain.
Alert. Alex Thomas has entered the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Alex Thomas to ACES Radio. It's time for the weather report. What is happening, my friend Alex? It's good to see you again, pal.
Morgan, how you been?
Oh, I've been great.
Thanks for having
I've
me.
been in second place, very close to first place.
That's what I heard. I heard your wonders all the way from retaking the lead.
I'm sure that you did hear that.
And
'cause
you're
people are
also
talking
like,
about it.
there's a ton of distance between you and third place. So
Yeah.
you're in a good spot.
I've been training Theo Huxtable, FC, Steps FC's son. He's going to take over someday and really continue the lineage of winning.
It's a strong tradition.
It really is.
Yeah.
Unlike any other. What kind of weather are we looking for in Los Angeles this weekend?
Well, the league's done us a favor and sent us out to play the Black and Gold on the West Coast to come home and then play the realest of the Salt Lakes.
Yeah.
Only to head back out to Los Angeles. So convenient.
Yep.
And then we're going to come home and play New York. Or no, we're going to New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we come home
Yeah,
against
we're going
Orlando, and then
like-
we're going back to New York
Yeah,
again.
it's like West
Yeah.
Coast home, West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah, it's a treat. So kind of glad the game's not here with the weather we have been having. But the weather out there should be pretty nice, man, comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's playing at the StubHub Center. It's going to be 10:30 at night here locally, but 7:30 there. Kickoff, 85 degrees. Winds out of the south at 4 miles an hour. It'll be a nice night.
You say 85 degrees?
85 degrees.
Is that a lot for California? Is that
No, I
that
think
too
that's
many
pretty
degrees?
par for the course, man.
Okay.
They're in desperate need of rain out there, though.
All
They're
right.
on pace to have another just horrendous wildfire season, which is always really sad to see.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, you get all those
What about
people.
up in Northern California? Any fires?
You talking about the chief, man?
Maybe.
You talking about that sticky bag of green?
You'd hate to see fires up north on, like, I don't know.
Humboldt
maybe
County or something?
You live up there or something.
Yeah.
You'd hate to see your home destroyed.
Oh, you talking about? Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll edit that out.
You know what they talk about doing on the ranch?
That's why they call me
George
one of the
Bush.
hottest
Smoke them out.
lions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 85 degrees at kickoff. We're at StubHub Center.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of
then
good
meanwhile,
memories
here
there.
back in Columbus, right? It's been
Yeah.
horrendous. Right? Everybody's been melting. It's just been nonstop. You know, you're either dying from heat or you're getting the biblical deluge of these microburst thunderstorms, which postponed the game the other night. It's going to be friggin' gorgeous here, man. So at 10:30 locally.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on the patio at Endeavor.
Yeah.
Having some
I'll be
beers
there.
with your friends,
I'll be
right?
there, Alex.
68 degrees, man.
Really?
Yeah, winds.
68?
68 winds out of the almost nice.
Wow.
It's a degree away from being nice, Morgan.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
So 68 degrees. Like, when is this breaking? When is this event breaking?
If you're listening
Tomorrow?
to this podcast like some unfortunate sap on your iPhone,
Yeah.
Friday morning, it's broken, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're out of the event?
We are out of the event.
Okay, we've cleared the event horizon.
Yeah.
Anything
looking
else
good.
you got, Alex?
Nah, man, that's about it.
Word. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas with the weather report. Fan-fucking-tastic. Love doing that live. Love it. Like we talked about, Crewzers FC traveling west to take on the Galaxies, the Fighting Land Donovans. Hashtag thanks, LD. Hashtag legend, except that legend in the L is capitalized and the D is capitalized. Edgen is not capitalized. It's all lowercase.
Might have a tilde now over the end, right?
It might. It might. Drolby Scrinface, you're going to be watching the game if you can stay up that late. If the retirement council doesn't shut off the power. It's too late. Go to bed, old people. They'll say to you, and everyone will laugh because why are you still alive? Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
There's a lot of fucking east-west travel going on. Never great for a team.
No.
Do we know, is Zach Steffen out? Like, I have not heard anything.
I thought that he'd be back for this game.
Yeah, it was going to be like a week plus, but I can't find anything online. And so I went to the very helpful MLSsoccer.com website, which is Major League Soccer.com.
That's right, of course.
And I looked for the projected starting 11.
Okay.
And so they say John Kemen's going to start in goal. And now here's the back four that they're predicting.
Okay.
Harrison Awful, Jonathan Mensah.
All right.
Milton Valenzuela.
Like that.
Hector Jimenez. Who fucking pays these assholes to not pay a goddamn bit of attention to what's going on in the real fucking world?
I believe that would be done, Gerber.
the Crew SC, Drabs.
Nobody is putting 3 fucking wingbacks into the starting lineup. Do like 30 seconds of fucking homework. Dylan Butler, you pile of human shit.
You should direct
what
your
the
rage
fuck?
to Dan Courtmanch.
What is this?
Drabs, tell us how you really feel.
How am I supposed to make a good
Just let it out.
prediction when they're throwing this kind of garbage out at us?
Because you're smarter than they are.
Are you just upset
Yeah.
about Hector Jimenez playing?
Probably.
Potentially?
Yes.
That's fair.
But yeah, definitely our best lineup is 1 center back and 3 wing backs.
Yeah.
And it being Jonathan Mensah.
But anyway, apart from that, so if Kempen is playing, this is his old team.
Yeah.
Jossie's playing against his old team.
Yeah.
The team that discarded him after saying, you know what, you're really more of a right back. This is one of those few games where we maybe have the guys who want a little revenge against their former team. Normally it's the other way around. It's the fucking Kai Kamaras coming back and shitting on us. We might actually.
There's a lot of cross culture there. Didn't Jimenez come from LA?
Jimenez came from LA.
Ola Kamara's over there now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, but it looks like Ola's might not play.
Oh, is he hurt?
Playing. Well, they've been playing. Zlatan is the one guy up top, and I mean maybe he plays as a winger, but still, yeah. I mean, LA's played twice in the week so far.
Nice,
but Zlatan also has 10 goals already somehow. I mean, Jesus fuck. So you probably don't sit that guy.
No,
yeah, probably not. He's not going to do a lot of running either. I mean, like, you know.
Oh
he's
yeah,
not
he
gonna
just
get
sits
back.
there and he pulls off 1 or 2 amazing plays a game and probably scores on him. But no, I think we've got a little bit of that revenge factor that other teams normally get against us. So even though we might not be at full strength, it's looking like maybe Higuain might not play also, but Sosa's stepped right the hell up. Like, I feel relatively solid about this away game where in a lot of cases we might not feel all that confident.
All right, P. Jones, you're going to be watching the game if you can stay up late. Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
I didn't know Higuain was possibly going to be out. I thought he was just being rested.
He's got a hip pointer. He's listed as questionable.
Definite old man.
But so is Josh Williams, and he fucking played already this week. So that's what injury reports give you.
I honestly think if we can not get a red card in the first 15 minutes,
it does help.
Seriously, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I think we proved the other night that we can. You know, I don't think long term Higuain being out is our best lineup, but I think in the short term, I think Sosa can play pretty well. Zach obviously is the big question, but Kempen played better the other night, and I think we'll be okay. I like our chances, maybe not necessarily a win, but getting some points out of this.
All right. Alex Thomas, Uncle Alligator, your thoughts on the match?
There's so many great storylines. We talked about a couple of them. The shared history between a lot of the players on the field, having been either one place or the other, is going to be really neat to see. Zardes coming back to where he played and maybe has something to prove. Zlatan should be fun, but like you brought up, he doesn't really move so much. So I don't know how Greg's going to work around kind of containing him, or maybe not containing, just defending him. So I wonder if
I were Greg, I'd play a high line.
Yeah, honestly, and that might be part of the story.
I don't think Zlatan has got the speed if you played over the top to get behind the.
No. I'm not really sure if LA lost anybody to the World Cup, and if they have some of their key pieces that haven't made it back yet.
The Dos Santoses are back.
I wonder if they
just got back today.
Ready to, did he?
Nobody on international duty.
Okay.
Sebastian Lletget is questionable. Ola is questionable with calf injury.
So it's a natural field, which is great, but I know I always say this every time we play LA. I feel like it's a giant field, and I don't know if it's camera angles there, but I think it's like a couple yards larger than Mafre Field. But
that's what it's called for sure.
Anyway, they're going to be doing a lot of running. It's not a real tiny field, so I don't know if you make Higuain take the trip out there and put the wear and tear on him. If there's any question, you probably leave him here. But
we've never done that. Anytime someone is not going to play because they're being rested, they still travel 3,000 miles to the other coast.
Which I think is silly.
Yeah. Like, we rested Merrim one time. I don't know why. Like, that guy's, like, if you're going to rest him, just, like, have him rest forever and never come back, which we've done now. But, like, if you're going to rest, like, don't put somebody on a plane to fucking California.
What's the point? So, I don't know. I feel good about it, though, man. I think we can I think the recent trip to LA should be still fresh in their minds that like this is what not to do. You don't go out there like a bunch of zombies and just get smoked in the first 8 minutes and then chase the rest of the game. So I think they're going to come out sharp. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't feel great about it. No one should ever feel good about your team from the East going all the way out West, especially when it's like the second time in 3 weeks. That's always bad. You're going to have a bad time. We've talked about some of the relevant crossovers. Your Ola Kamaras, your Hector Jimenez's, your John Kempman or whatever. I don't think anybody mentioned that Greg Berhalter is also a former Galaxyman.
Do we know when the team traveled? Did they travel today?
Thursdays usually.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure Darby mentioned this, but LA played on Wednesday against DC and tied a shitty DC team, the worst team in the league,
and tied San Jose in their previous game.
Yeah.
In both games, they had early leads and gave them up too.
Yeah, LA was up 2-0 against DC. DC came back, brought back within a goal early in either late in the first half or early in the second, and then tied in the 86th. Choking on it, man. Just choking. Like
That's 2016 Crew in action right there.
Yeah, like you're Reggie Miller playing against the Knicks. Just put the fucking hands around your neck and run back down the court. I don't feel great about it because I never do with away games in California. It just doesn't ever work out like that. We do have some good history at the StubHub Center, as everybody knows. It used to be called Home Depot Center. I think that, Frankie Hayduck had a good game there once. I don't remember why or when. I just became a fan last week.
I heard this guy named Guillermo.
Played the guy
well
on Jimmy Kimmel Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. I like him. He yelled at LeBron. He was like, hey, something. I was like, that guy. Oh, Guillermo, you crazy bitch. Joel B. Scrinface, let's get our score predictions out of the way so we can get the fuck out of here because I have to piss so bad that it's coming out of my ear sockets.
All right. Well, so I think we need to start calling these teams LAA and LAB, much in the tradition of New York teams now.
Yeah.
So I am calling for one soccer goal from the LAA squad and one goal from the Columbus Crew soccer squad.
All right.
Hashtag LeBron for Golden Boot. Hashtag MLS previews are garbage.
Wonderful. P. Jones, you're predicting for the guests this week. Wait, no. Okay, let's say who is predicting for whom.
I am the guest.
You're
predictor.
the guest.
I'm guessing Uncle Alex is the John Wet boys that are.
You're
predictor.
predicting for the wetness. All right. So for the guests, we turn it back to you, P.
For
Jones.
the guests, I feel much like Darby, but I feel that there's going to be a little more than just one each. So I have the annoying Zlatans, dos, and our beloved Columbus Crew, dos. Hashtag free Ola, hashtag both goals by the King, hashtag for Miss Sly Jones.
Okay. Is Rhonda's maiden name Sly?
Yes.
That's fucking sweet.
She would say the same thing. She would say, "Is that not the greatest name
It's
ever?"
really fucking great. Like
Yes.
Rhonda Sly sounds like either a really bad guy or a really good guy from like a detective novel television show.
And when we got married, I told her she could keep it. She could hyphenate. She could do
how
whatever.
nice of you to offer to let her keep her own name. Oh, what a progressive
I
fucking
am.
pile of shit you are.
You taking Pam's name then, Morgan?
If she takes mine, I'm taking hers. Yep, 100%. That's why she's not doing it.
That's why you're a top lad.
I forbode it. Absolutely not. Alex Thomas, the alligator himself, Gary Sportsman of Sportman Farm fame. Your prediction.
We've already established that's not true.
100% you. 100%.
No, dude.
You say
Fucking
it's-
human being was
you
on this
think
show
it's
and
Brian Allen
admitted to
87?
being that.
He's a liar.
God damn it.
And a coward.
This is shit.
Your prediction, my friend.
Am I making a prediction for John?
Yeah. The
All right.
wetness.
Wet boy.
Yeah.
Got to catch them all, Morgan. They're my Pokemans.
That's what they say.
All right. I'm going 3-2 to the good guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bold prediction for the West Coast travel.
I've got the little weather status on there live for both games, what it will be at the time of kick, and hashtag real horsewives of LA.
The fuck?
There is no coming.
You know what I say to that? I say, nay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What a treat it is to have myself here tonight. Lovely. All right, so you say in place of the wetness, you say 3-2?
3-2, Crew.
You know what I always think when we have a game across the country, when the host team is played on Wednesday and we're traveling 3,000 miles, I always say 5 goals are likely.
And that you smell great.
I always say 5 goals are
Actually,
likely.
I know what you think of. I know what you're already thinking of.
What's that,
Morgan.
Draps?
You're thinking
I'm going to put the same
Home
thing.
Team FC.
Darby did.
And you're thinking of Nate Beckman naked.
Jesus Christ. Why'd you do that?
I was hoping you'd still be drinking your beer when I said that.
I can never drink again.
He dipped his fruit in it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hi, Nate.
Ricardo Sosa did.
What's up, Nate? How's it going?
Hello, Nathan. Nathaniel. I say Crewzers FC 0 soccer goals, Galaxy 2 goals. What? Hashtag Patrick Jones bucket
Sunshine
of vampire
Brigade.
anus
Yeah,
blood.
that sounds about right.
Hashtag definitely only girls. I'm a 3-4 man. It looks like digging for poop has come back. I'll definitely remember to re-erase that next week. Hashtag Rambo and Rambo Gooner is because of Rambo. Hashtag Cat Sassy crap pants. Hashtag no thanks, Kempin. Please go away.
Oh.
And finally, hashtag check on Darby, who is an elderly man and in danger of heat death. That has stayed from last week. So
I survived. I'm
I
here.
say 2-0 Galaxymans.
Yeah. I was out in the heat longer than you were.
That's true. You melted a little bit. I saw some of it near your feet.
No,
at the
that was
minitailgate.
urine.
Oh, that was urine?
Yeah, I
You
pissed
pissed
myself.
on yourself.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll get you some more depends. Drabs, any volunteer opportunities this week?
Nah. Rest, relax, but also share our pledge drive. We've had a really good day. We got some good response from handing out flyers at the stadium, and actually we didn't even hand out a fraction of the flyers that we had. But as soon as you get out of our standard crew bubble, people love this thing. So tell everyone, like anyone who's involved in sports, even crew fans who just aren't inside that deeply Save the Crew circle. That was the beauty of hitting that game, was we got a lot of casual fans or even just dedicated fans who haven't heard yet. We need to keep spreading the word.
There's still people left to tell.
There are a lot of people left to tell, and we need you out there to do the telling.
Got to tell them it's not over yet.
Yeah.
This thing's
Even
not
if
done.
you think you're annoying people, like, don't be an asshole about it, but still be like, there's good things going on. There's the pledge. Things aren't going great in Austin. We've got a lot of options here for us.
Say, get over here, you dirty sack of shit.
We still have a lawsuit.
Get the fuck
Telling
over here
people.
and listen to me talk when I talk to you, woman.
Yeah.
Sign on my pledge. And this
Just-
is you talking, Darby, by the way.
Just Twitter and everything
I don't
is important,
respect you.
but we probably largely saturate a lot of Twitter.
I'll largely saturate you.
Yeah. A lot of your followers have already seen this, so
You want to see something that your followers have seen? I'll largely saturate you.
Alex, would you like to host the podcast?
Was the feedback from the people who, like, boots on the ground, the feedback from what I heard was the people
Gonna get those boots up in the air.
Well, later, right?
All right,
your
back
sister's
to
house.
You fucker.
The demographics are important. People who are younger and might be on social media or maybe aware of it. Maybe they're not. Tell them anyway. But it was a little bit older crowd that were not aware of it whatsoever, and they're fully engaged in, like, I'll help out any way I can. Yep. That being a very easy one. It's non-committal. I mean, it's loosely committal. Don't sign it for 4 season passes if you're not going to buy them. But at the same time,
also,
you can buy, what, a 5-pack on there? A 10-pack?
We don't even know what multi-game packs are going to look like in the future. So it's
Right.
just, hey, if you're willing to sign up to buy multiple tickets to games, that's great. This is a free thing. It's not a legal binding contract. We want people who are legitimate and interested. But tell people this is one of the easiest and most effective things you can do to help save the crew. We call it Project 2019, but we just need to say, like, this is a free and easy way to legitimately help save the crew. Because if new ownership can look at this and say, here are literally thousands of people that I could reach out to sell tickets when there's a new owner.
And it defeats the whole inch wide, mile deep.
It does. Yes. The more people that we can get, it keeps dispelling that narrative that Columbus doesn't give a fuck.
I think that's why Morgan developed it.
Thank you, Alex.
God, I hate you
both.
both.
Great.
You're such a butt.
I just got to give it up to myself for coming up with that idea on my own. This is great. Thank you, Seth FC.
It's funny that the two people at this table with the most expensive cars are just so busy sucking each other off all night. Oh my god! Like,
Darby, you better kick us out then.
Yeah,
get out of here,
Alex. First of all, I'd like to give it up to you for recognizing my ambition.
Thanks, Morgan.
Like,
I try to give you space based on your ability.
Room according to my strength.
Yeah.
First of all, to you, Alex Thomas, I would say, thanks for coming tonight.
You know, Morgan, I'm going to give you a man ball.
You know what? I'm going to give you a man ball.
Is it a circle jerk if only 2 guys are jerking each other off? How many do you need to officially have a circle?
You know what I'd say to you, Alex
that's
Thomas?
called horse thieving.
It feels great. Whatever you're doing. I don't know if we're in a circle. It's more just like masturbating together, but it's great. Yeah.
Thanks for feeling.
It's literally a double dick jack off right now.
Thanks for feeling my pulse, Morgan.
Thanks. You know what? They say I have my pulse on it. Right now, they're correct about that.
It's throbbing, that's for sure.
Alex Thomas, GCG Bag got anything going on?
The Murderers Row will probably be at Endeavor. GCG Bag might be there too. So show up, have a pint. We're in a. There are a couple games, World Cup games Saturday. So I know everybody's getting. I'm not soccered out, but it's quite a drop off in talent.
Crunk.
Getting super crunk, dude.
No one says that anymore.
What?
I wouldn't say crunk. I wouldn't ever say getting crunk.
Alex said super crunk.
So when you're talking to people about Project 2019, don't talk about getting crunked. Don't say that. I know Darby wants you.
Nobody says crunked.
Hey, I need to talk to you about the future about getting crunked.
There's not
in
a
the city.
past tense version of it. That's not how.
Have you been cranked before? Would you like to be crunked later?
Does it slide into the DMs? Is that how that went?
Yeah.
Dink and flick 'em, my friend.
That's what I say. Dink and flick 'em. Do you ever want to get cranked again? Project 2019. That was a whole hashtag, by the way.
All right.
And Darby's the old one here.
When I invented Project 2019, that's a hashtag I envisioned.
Dink and
originally.
flick them, and are you ever going to get cranked again?
By the way, hey, big shout out to Steps FC. Gotta just give it up to you for giving it up to me. I mean,
When did this become the Morgan Adoration Society?
Oh man, the circle crank that we were doing earlier, it was just great. Around and around, up and down. You get on the ride, you get back on. Feel the flow.
That's what Eduardo Sosa says.
Yeah. No, I think that the last thing I would say is people.
Why don't you go in your home? Are you too good for your home?
Exactly. That's great.
Thank you.
If you're concerned about talking to people about this 2019 pledge, and because they're not soccer people, tell them you're not signing up for the future of soccer in Columbus. You're signing up for the future of Columbus.
You're not even going to get spam out of this shit or anything.
This is the future of our city. It's we are a very specific thing, and it takes a lot of variables to make Columbus. The Crew is a very important one. Without the Crew, it's not Columbus anymore.
No, it's a representation of our community. And I've seen a couple people on Twitter say, I'm not that big of a soccer fan, but goddamn it, I love this city. I'm signing up for that shit. And that's ultimately what the team should be about, and it's what's going to draw people to the stadium and give them that bond they want. So, no, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you should do it.
Absolutely. And right after they say that, they just say, also, I want to give a big shout out to Morgan Hughes for having the foresight to get in the circle, cranked off in the circle, for the future, and with the kids. If you enjoyed the shitlordery on episode 92,
we're terribly sorry.
Why? I mean, it was not great.
Be sure you all check in on Untapped Kids.
Benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood, Urine, Spit, Salvia, Foot Golf, Larry Turn, the dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns. It's been episode 92, and all Lord Guillermo's people said...
Continuing
Potatoes!
champion.
Potatoes!
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid.
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You're in bed just looking, watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.
There were 3 of them, Greg.